Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hopefully, everybody's doing well out there today. Markel's TV, the podcast here, back with another video. And with that being said, guys, I got a couple of questions I want to try to answer, starting with the most recent one that I got. It's from someone who asked about moving abroad and what benefits would they lose. Now, we've gone over this a couple different times. Here's the one thing that I would say is new because I responded back to that comment in the comment section. I will put it to you this way, okay? And people don't really get it until they get here and then they find out, well, wait, I can't do what I do at a normal VA. No, you cannot. So just to be 100% clear, if your question is pertaining to compensation, will your compensation change at all if you move abroad? No, it will not. You will still get paid at the same rate. Any increases you get, you will get those increases. That does not change. Okay. If you switch bank accounts, and let's say you take a bank account in one of these countries, let's say you change from Bank of America or Chase or Navy Federal, USA, whoever, and let's say that you want your direct deposit to go to one of the banks in one of these countries. Can you do that? Absolutely, you can. There ain't nothing stopping you from doing that. But know when you do that, the U.S. government has nothing to do with any problems. Okay? They're just going to send the money wherever you told them to send it to. And once they send it there, their hands are free. They got nothing to do with it. So, for example, you leave Chase and you have your money go to Colombia here. Okay. Say there's a problem at Colombia and you only can get 500 of your $3,700. How can you handle that? You got to handle it locally because the U.S. government has nothing to do with it. It's not like a bank in the U.S. where they can step in and go, hey, what's going on here? No, when you send it to another country, that's between you, that bank, and that country. The U.S. government is done. They done their part. Okay? Make sure you guys understand that. Now, when it comes to benefits, we've gone over this. Your money stays the same. Any raises you get stay the same. Well, what changes? What your care is. Your care is what changed. Currently in the U.S., 50% or higher, regardless of what it is, service connected, non-service connected, you can be seen. Not a problem, not an issue. You can be seen. When you go abroad, only service connected. That's it. That's it. Anything that is considered just U.S. only, like the caregiver program, you currently on that, you move abroad, it's gone. You lose that. You do not get to take it with you. It's gone. Okay? Those are the things that you lose. You're currently seeing someone for dental in the U.S., you at 100%. You decide you want to move here, you want to move to DR, you want to move to Mexico, where the hell you want to move to, okay? Do I still get that same dental when I go? No, you don't. No, you don't. And as we talked about with community care, you don't get that anymore. That's gone. You lose all that stuff. So do not be fooled based upon somebody showing you a woman's butt that this is what's going to draw you when you know you need care other than your service-connected care. Understand that. That free scooter some of you guys got who are 60 and 70%. You're not going to get that here. You got to pay for that. The sleep app machine that you got for free because of your service connection. You think you're going to get that when you move abroad that you're not service connected for? Absolutely not. You're not getting that for free. Those Viagra pills that you've been getting for free that you're not service connected for, they're no longer free. Okay? Asthma medication or you got hearing aid, you got glasses for free. All this stuff that you get for free in the U.S. that you're not service connected for, you will no longer get for free when you move abroad. That is over. It's over. Okay? The checking into the mental health ward because you need help. You feel yourself, you're in a vulnerable state, you want to go just check yourself into the mental health ward. Well, depending on the country that you go to, you may not have that option as well. So understand what you're doing now. When you leave the U.S. and you leave all the benefits of the U.S. and you move abroad because somebody has convinced you that living abroad is much better for you, understand what you're doing. Most don't until it's too late. And then they figure out they need to go back. So I'm asking you all to use this instead of the one downstairs and make sure you want to live somewhere else instead of visiting somewhere else. Now, if you're visiting somewhere else, that's totally different. You still got your U.S. address and got your stuff in the States, hey, you'll still be fine in the States. Or if you want to go to U.S. territory, you'll get those same benefits. But once you come to a country like this, you on your own, dog. You are on your own. You got to be the one to take care of everything. Every single damn thing. Never forget that. Mr. Lawson, how you doing today? Mr. B, what's going on? Darth, how you doing? James, how you doing? Salute. T-Mix, what's going on? Mike, what's going on, man? T-Mix, salute to the panel. Howard, what's going on, man? How you doing? Okay, so some of you guys asking me about where can you find news about here in this country. So I'm going to show you a couple places on your own that you can check the news, understand what's going on. Very simple. All right. So let's start there first. Let me start with this one. Okay. This is called El Colombiano. Now, what you can do very easily is go up here where you see translator and have all this translated into English if you don't read and understand Spanish. Now, this is already on Medellin, right? So you can see everything that's being reported, and everything doesn't get reported, but what is being reported, you can actually see it. So from the knocking down this house to 9 years in prison for a 70-year-old man who did this in front of a little girl, to whatever else you want to know, you want to see is in the news. Like these last two right here. This Swedish Iranian tourist who's been missing for the last 12 days. Never a good sign. One or two things have probably happened, and it's unfortunate on both. One, he's been kidnapped, been held for ransom, or two, unfortunately, they may find him dead somewhere pretty soon. That's usually what happens in these situations here. Now, this is another one here of people that they caught extorting businesses here in the valley, whether it's in Medellin or some other city in the valley. This is another story, but this is where you can, one of many places where you can find local news about the city. All right. Let me get back to the stream real quick. That's why I'm staying 1 mile from the U.S. border in Mexico, so I can walk back into my country if I need to. I hear you, Mike. Now, I'm not trying to discourage people from coming. I live abroad, but I always tell you guys, if you're going to live abroad, have you some savings, have you a major credit card, or have a certain amount of money that you have access to, right? Either from savings, IRA, or whatever. Do not look. And I've had a conversation with someone who's at 70%, right? They wanted to move here and live in a place called Caldas. Now, Caldas is about 30 minutes outside of Medellin, 25, 30 minutes outside of Medellin. The guy had never been here, never did any research, saw an apartment on Facebook for, I think it was like $230 a month, and decided they were going to leave America and move to Caldas. Never talked to the owner of the apartment, don't even know if it was still available. And I'm like, dude, think about what you're saying. And first of all, do you even speak Spanish? No. I said, what, do you think you're going to pay $230 to move into this apartment realistically? No, you're not. I can answer that for you. So I don't know what he ended up doing, but you guys who are even if 100, and that's all you got, I would caution you all about coming to places like this. Guys talking to each other. Good afternoon, man. How you doing? How you doing? All right, so let me show you another one. And this is more of a local paper here. They're both local, but this is more like more locals read this one, I'll say, versus the other one is more like international. All right. This one is called Minuto 30, minute 30, right? Now it has all the different cities up here. You want to focus on whatever city you're living in. So if you were in Bogota, you would click Bogota. If you're in Medellin, click Medellin, whatever. Again, go up to your Google Translator, translate the news to English if you can't read Spanish, and it shows you right there, okay? Everything you need to know that's happening in Medellin. A lot of times, this one comes with videos so you can actually see the motorcycle accident or the storm that just passed and blew down trees and knocked out power in Caldas, or the accident here, and that's actual blood right there from where someone got hit. There's all kinds of stuff that this paper shows that locals actually see that the national news doesn't see, because most of the national news is censored. This paper, this is not censored. Just so you know, if you got a weak constitution, you should never click onto this one, because you're liable to see stuff that's going to really upset you. But if you really want to know what's happening in the streets, this is the best one, okay? Here's the one about the Swedish Iranian guy that's been missing for 13 days. The sky, and then I'm telling you, this one, 1-year-old baby suffocates. The tunnel. This guy that's in prison right here for groping a 5-year-old girl. I mean, this one tells a lot more than El Colombiano, but most people quote El Colombiano, okay? But this is called Minuto 30. All right, so this is another one. Some people don't realize that if you're not in country, you don't know what's going on locally in whatever country. Yeah, a lot of people rely on these YouTubers to just, if you're only going to watch YouTube and rely on YouTubers to give you news, YouTubers select, they pick and choose what they want to tell you, and things that you should know, they leave out, because they know if I tell you everything that's happening here, what's the likelihood that you would come here? And if you don't come here, that means you no longer want to watch what I put out. So they're very selective as to what they say and don't say. Okay, like they may tell you that this Iranian guy's been missing, but they're going to gloss over it and then give you a good story to try to get you to forget about that part. You guys understand what I'm saying? Instead of you giving you details about the only reason that this got reported is because his family came here and offered an reward. If his family never came and offered a reward, this would never be in the paper. Nobody would never known this. They probably would have just found him somewhere in the street. Unfortunate to say that, but it's true. They'll just find him in the street or alleyway. Probably been there for a couple of days, or in the apartment where he was staying, or God knows where, in the woods, floating in the river. I know it sounds harsh. I know it sounds wrong, but I'm telling you guys the truth. That's what normally happens. I've seen so many of these stories here that take place like that, and they usually never end well. The only ones I've ever heard of that ended well were the ones who got kidnapped. They'll pay the ransom on some, the police happen to find where they were and bring them back. But in most cases, in these type of stories, it usually never ends well. All right. And then one last one I want to show you guys, which is a local news station for those of you who actually understand Spanish, or if you don't understand, here's what you can do. You can take your smartphone, pull out Google Translator, turn on the speaker, play a section at a time, hit pause, let the translator tell you what it is, then go back and listen to the rest of it. Okay? You got to be smart about these things, man. You don't just wake up one morning and decide, hey, I'm going to live over here, and you don't know the first thing about this place. You always do research on where you're going, always. But this is one of the local news stations here. Now, you can watch a lot of the highlights here on their webpage, or you can go to YouTube and find their actual channel where they broadcast live. All right. And a lot of the same stories with the heavy downpour, because we just had a heavy rain here. Again, the Swedish guy, a lot of the stories that actually made it that they actually want to discuss worldwide, you'll find them here. But the majority of the stories, though, that are on Minuto 30, they're not going to be here, and they're not going to be in El Colombiano. They're just not. Because like I said, this is the world news. It's censored, right? They're not going to tell you about the old man that did that, the two different old men that was one with a 5-year-old girl and the other one pleasured himself in front of another young girl. I'll put it that way. This is not going to tell you that like Minuto 30 will. 30 will, excuse me. Oh, it's all good. It's all good. I'm just saying, man, because I get these questions a lot, man. I really do. I'm not making this up. You go to the comment section, you go to any of the latest videos, and you will see those same questions posed there at the bottom. Okay, now I will tell you guys what's coming up, hopefully, on my other channel, which is Markel's TV, Day in the Life. Okay, I'm going to try to have Urban, Mike, Howard, and myself. We're all expats living in different countries. Urban's in Panama. I'm here in Colombia. Mike's in Mexico. And Howard is in the DR. Okay. Here's what happens a lot of times, or what's happening. What's happening. Okay. People will watch YouTube, and depending on the YouTuber that they watch, for some reason, people get this impression that all of Colombia is poor. All of Mexico is poor. All of DR is poor. All of I forgot the name of the other one. Panama is poor. That is not the case, guys. Okay. People always misquote. They get minimum requirement numbers confused with average wage. They get their favorite YouTuber who may be living in a meager location, right? And they'll show like all these meager people that are around, and they'll show like them just eating street food, and this is how you live here. That's not the case for everybody. Okay. Never think that you have to be poor or you have to live poor in these countries. The best way I can explain it is I'm an American living a Western lifestyle in Colombia. I'm not an American trying to live Colombian style in Colombia. You guys understand the distinction? I live more like I live in the States here than I do live local style. Huge difference. Huge difference. Okay. I was talking to Mike about this the other day. When I told Mike, when I was forced to retire, my income changed dramatically. A lot of the things that I could do easily, I was no longer able to do in America. I could still afford to live in America. I could still afford a vehicle, a house, and all that stuff in America. No problem. But all the extra stuff I could do because of my income change, I could not do that stuff anymore, right? But coming to a country like Colombia, well, hell, that just opened up a whole new door with the income that I have coming in now, because I can live more like I did before I was forced to retire here. You guys understand what I'm saying? That's what drew me to living abroad. It wasn't, I wanted to try to live on $500. That is insane to me. Or I'm trying to find a $200 or $300 apartment. That stuff never interested. I'd never leave America. The hell I want to come and live somewhere worse than where I came from. People that do that, I don't understand them, but to each their own. But what I'm trying to explain to people is what drew me to living abroad was my income allowed me to still live a lifestyle close to what I would do in the States or what I was doing in the States versus I would be okay in the States, but a lot of stuff that I do here, I couldn't do as easily. I would have to save more, right? In order to just like make a trip. Like, like I could book right now, go to Bogota, stay 3 nights, come back, wouldn't cost me $500. But in the States, if I wanted to do that, say like go to Vegas and I'm right hour away from Vegas, the airline tickets alone are going to be like 300. And that's not even flying first class. 300, 350, $400 plus the room. I'm out $1,200, $1,500. Where here it's like 450. So it's like 3 times difference. You guys follow what I'm saying? So I look at me paying a driver instead of me paying a car payment. Far less. I'd rather pay my driver than pay $1,800, $1,900, even though I don't have to get a car to expense. I'm just using that for an example. Just say a moderate car. What's a moderate car cost? Monthly payments, $900 to $1,200, somewhere in there. You take that and divide that by 3. That's what you're paying a driver here to take you anywhere you want to go. Maid service in the U.S. How much is the cleaning lady in the U.S.? Just things like that. That's my thought process living abroad. My thought process is not to move in with 2 other grown men I have never met in my life, or move into a hostel or move into some sketchy hotel just so I can have drugs and prostitution. That was never something I thought of. That was never, no. I moved to make my life simpler based upon my income, not to try to live bottom of the barrel, which is why I brought up that whole thing of going to be on the other channel, because I want you guys to hear and understand how other people live living abroad. Not that we're saying that our way is the best. Everybody has a different way that they see the world. But who the hell wants to? I'm not going to go from not living with roaches to come here to live with roaches. I'm not going to go somewhere where everything is peaceful and quiet to come here and I got all kinds of noise all day, all night, just to say I live in a $200 apartment. That type of thinking has always baffled me. Let's see, you have to have money. If you don't have money, stay home. That's a lot easier said than done, Mr. B. YouTubers make life abroad sound so glamorous, so cheap, so affordable, which it can be. But whenever someone asks me, and I give them my honest opinion, I wouldn't leave the U.S. Depends on where you are in the world, okay? But when it comes south of the U.S., even going into Mexico, without $5,000 minimum, I'm not going. I'm still in the States. I may visit, but I'm not living there. I wouldn't live in Colombia. Less than, hell, here, I wouldn't live here with less than 6. Ain't happening. Ain't happening. Not happening. If I were to go back to the Philippines without at least $7,500 a month, I'm not going that far, dude. I'm not traveling that far, and all I got is $1,800 a month. That is insane to me. Your airline ticket last minute is more than that, right? That's how I think. That's how I look at it. I'm not saying that's the right way to do it. I'm not saying that's the perfect way to do it. I'm saying that's the way I do it. I'm not, no. Hell no. No, I'm not getting stuck nowhere begging, pleading for people to try to help me get back. When that's something I knew going, a possibility that could happen, I want to make sure I got more than enough to take out whatever situation is going on. That's how I view it. Because to be quite honest with you guys, if I look at what I spend monthly here, just rent and bills. I'm not talking about the caregiver, the driver, the maid, the chef. I'm not talking about any of that. What I just spend here a month for rent, my health insurance, and my bills. It ain't even $1,200 a month, what I spend here. And that's living in a strata 6. No, I'm a strata 5. Yeah. If I was 1 block over, I'd be a strata 6. I'm in a strata 5 in one of the best areas you can live in, and I pay less than $1,200 a month. That's all my bills. That's everything I come out of, right? But let's say martial law was declared right now. I got to get a flight to get the hell out of here. How much is a last minute flight? Most people don't even know. A last minute flight, depending on the airline, from here, just say to Florida. Or hell, just say from here, hour away to Panama, about $900. $900. Unless you catching, Avianca on a deal or Frontier on a deal or Copa on a deal, you're looking at about $900. How many of them you think got $900 right now to leave right now? Very few. That's the truth. What's up, LJ? How you doing? The host country does not care about you if you're not. Oh, absolutely. I mean, we've gone over this and we've talked about this before, Mr. B. None of the rules here are set up for you to win. You're never going to win, which is why I don't drive. I don't even attempt to drive here because I already know any accident I'm in, I could be just sitting in the car and a motorcycle just comes up and slams in the back of the car. Who's paying? Oh, that'd be me. It ain't going to be the motorcyclist. That's going to be me. So for me, it is so much easier getting in the car, sitting down, doing nothing. Just pay attention to where I am. Okay, I know where I am. Cool. Let's go. Let's see, exactly. I would live here in Mexico with less than $6,000 a month. That's all I'm saying, Mike. I'm not saying that you need $6,000 a month. I'm only telling you my personal opinion on this. Okay, there are people who come, they only got $1,000. And I'm like, damn, dog, you cutting it tight. I told you guys about Earl. Showed up here. He only got $800 cash. That was it. I'm like, bro, I wouldn't even go to Vegas. Ain't got but $800 cash. Let alone I'm going to cross seas and go to another country. I don't have a credit card, nothing, just $800. Y'all special that do that. You guys are special. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. Not doing it. Because there's a good chance here and in a lot of countries, something bad could happen to you at any moment. And now you got nothing. It's like people who ask, why you have so many cell phones? In case something gets stolen. If my phone gets stolen, look, right now I'm carrying, I can't see it. I'm carrying my Duo and I'm carrying the Flip. Say this gets stolen, no problem. I'll come back home, have my drive. I'll pick up a phone, say my iPhone 12 Pro Max. Take this phone, take my ass right to Claro. Let me get another SIM card. Boop. I'm right back up and running. Like it never happened. I have a backup for a reason. That's the way I've always been. As somebody who's in business, and those of you who ran your own business, y'all know this, you always got to have more than one. I've never met a business owner who only had one vehicle. Never. I've never met a business owner who only had one credit card. Never. When you're in business, I don't know if this is something that I only picked up from the military as well, because you always have a backup. You always have a backup plan. You always have backup money. You have a bug out bag. For those of you that paid attention in class, you have a bug out bag. For what reason? Anything pop off, I got a bag here already set and ready to go with everything I need. Period. So for me, I'm going to damn sure take care of whatever it is and make sure I got a backup plan. And the way you have a backup plan is also to have backup money, or a way that you can get your hands on money. I told you guys before, I leave a credit card for one of the kids in the States. Something pop off, I can't get to my wallet. My wallet, everything's been stolen. I know where I got a credit card in the States, where I can get my hands on some money, or they can pay for something online that I can get to until I get it figured out. That's the cost of living abroad. Mike, you hit me. You sending me messages. Hold up. I'm going to put the link in the chat. What time is it? 30 minutes. I'm going to give it an hour, man. Anybody wants to come on, anybody that has a different point of view than what I currently have expressed, please, by all means, I would love to hear a counter argument to what I'm saying as far as thinking that you got to come here and live poor or live meager or whatever that is that some people do when they go abroad. I don't believe in that. I remember when I first started traveling, there used to be so many channels that would tell you, oh, you can't wear jewelry. You can't have your phone out. You can't do this. You can't do that. Well, I was just in Robledo yesterday. For those of you that follow my other channel, I did a short in Robledo. How do you think I filmed that video? With this phone right here. And everybody was outside. You can see people walking past me. Nobody stopped and say, hey, let me get that phone. You know why that is? I know people where I was. Those people had seen me there many times before. I wasn't somebody that just got dropped off on a bus, dropped off in a corner, decided to just walk up in the neighborhood like some of these people do and start filming. It's crazy. Let's see. I'm going to let you guys in a secret. If you need to fly to Colombia quick, the best way, flights are reasonable. To fly out Colombia quick, it ain't that cheap, bro. Flying into Mexico, Mexicali for $400, then you can walk back into the U.S. Mexico, California. I got you, man. But most people don't think like that, Mike. You know, it's like we talked about before. When you rent an apartment or you getting ready to rent an apartment, what's one of the first things you do? You make sure you find a way that you can get the hell out. You want to make sure you know where the emergency stairs are, if there are any, what floor you're on. Make sure you're on the first floor so somebody can just easily break in. You want to make sure, right, you know where the fire extinguishers are, the emergency numbers to call concierge if you have guards downstairs, how to get a hold of the landlord, all that stuff, dude. These are all like basic things you want to know that a lot of people never think of until the last minute. Took the bus to Boca. Man, I'll tell you, I ain't riding no bus. I don't know how y'all do that. I'm sorry. No, dog. Let's see. Best to have money and not need it than to need it and not have it. Absolutely. That's my whole thing right there, sir. New day 23. But LJ, somebody had to convince you to take a bus. I'm sorry. I know this may sound bougie or whatever you want to call it. I'm not riding no bus. I'm not riding no metro. I'm not getting on no metro cable. No. If I have to ride the bus, that means I effed up really bad, and I'm taking the bus to the airport. That's what that means. It is so cheap here for Uber and for a taxi that to get on a bus is like, dog, what? Think about this, guys. How much is a bus ticket in the States? I don't know. I haven't ridden a bus in years. I remember in Phoenix, a bus ticket was like, I want to say it was like $2, maybe $2.50 for a bus ticket for like that'll last for like hour and a half, maybe 2 hours for $2.50. Do you know how far you can go here for $2.50 in a taxi, let alone an Uber? Do you know how far you can go? It's like, come on, man. And then with some of your credit cards, depending on the type of credit cards you got, you get Uber credits when you travel abroad. You ain't even paying for that. You're using your Uber credits from your credit card. So it's like, no, man. I don't get it. I don't see it. But hey, everybody's different. Let's see. Military always taught me to know your ex. Yes, you got to know what your exes are, bro. You got to know. First thing I did when I got to this place, okay, here's this. Here's where the fire extinguisher is. Here's how you turn off the main gas. Okay, cool. I know where everything is. Let's see, as a retiree living overseas, I have a lot of options. I can travel for a little. I can invest in real estate in multiple countries, and I can save my money to invest in stock. Yeah, but it's the key word, Blank Slate, is you have money to invest. You wouldn't have any money to invest if you coming over here with $1,200. You ain't got nothing to invest. What's up, Mr. B?
Not too much. I was just listening to you talk about living abroad, and people don't understand.
What's up, Mr. Miles?
I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I didn't even ride. I didn't even want to ride the bus when I was on base. I was like, no. I'm serious. I wouldn't even ride the bus on base. I'd take a taxi. People like, you good? No. I'd rather ride a taxi. That was me. And ride a bus down. I can't even remember the time I took I don't even know about riding a bus here in the United States. I don't know. I just can't remember. I won't get on the bus. I'll just be standing there. I said nope.
I remember the first time I moved to Phoenix, I had to take a bus for a year because coming from military, went back to Alabama real quick, ended up moving to Phoenix with my future wife, and I didn't have a vehicle, right? So I had no option but to take the bus in the States. I think it was like. Go ahead.
Oh, I remember one time I took the bus. That was when I had to go to Texas, TDY.
What's up, gentlemen?
I had to take the bus downtown.
What up, brother? Still?
What's going on, Mr. Miles? How y'all doing today?
Hey,
hold up, Mr. B, before you get started. Still.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations, Mr. Miles. You know what Steele did? He's now a member of the Creed Aventus crew.
Congratulations, my brother. That's what I'm talking about. We
thank you.
In on it now. Yeah, you know what time it is now, bro. Your wife gonna be telling you, put that on, baby.
Hey, still.
Yeah, Carrie said I can't wear that nowhere unless she with me.
See? Yeah.
Hey, still. I see you had that black car and stuff. I think you're an FBI agent, man, or CIA.
Yeah, I just got the windows tinted, so the front two windows.
I'm looking at you. I'd be looking at you sideways. That's like,
Did you take somebody's advice? Who was that? Barry said, if you get it real dark, have your optometrist or someone write you a note saying this is why you got to have it that dark in case you get pulled over.
That was Barry.
Yeah, no, I only got it at 35%. Now, they said I could do the windshield, but I'm gonna need that for the windshield if I do the windshield.
Okay. Yeah, that was smart by Barry right there.
Markel, I'm glad you brought that up because I'm sensitive to light, and I should have had my stuff limo tinted, brother. Woo! Next time I'm gonna remember that. Boy, I'm gonna have them windows so dark.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna be able to see me. They don't even see me waving, and I'm just be driving by. I don't even have to wave to nobody.
Well, hopefully you don't drive at night because you won't be able to see a damn thing.
That's true.
Yeah, I know. That's true. That's true. You have all the windows rolled down in the wintertime.
You
freezing.
You freezing. Snow everywhere. You got the windows down. You like shit. I can't see out.
Make a left turn, you rolled with it.
I got a bunch of people, Mr. Miles.
I'm doing good, Mr. B.
Damn, Perry Ellis Red. I got comment. Oh man, I went and got me a bottle of Perry Ellis Red.
What? Perry Ellis Red?
Yeah, Perry Ellis 360 Red. I said it smelled like Giorgio Armani.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Bunch of people went and bought that, man.
I gotta go smell it first.
It smells just like Giorgio.
Okay.
But I see old Steele went out there and went shopping, man. Got him a bottle of Creed, got him a couple bottles, some other stuff. I said, oh, my man, doing it. He got the card, now he got the smell to go with it. Oh, yeah. It's over.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, Papa Smurf.
Hey, I'm still not dying it.
Okay, that's right. I tell them all.
Hey, did your wife like it?
Yeah, that's what she said. I couldn't wear that unless she with me.
That's what count. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about, my brother.
I told you,
bro. What she tell you? It costs too much, only she can smell it.
Right. But I got her a bottle of the Burberry Weekend. She like that, so
yeah. Yeah. Look at them. You
Where you at? You got it from the base?
No, I got it from the mall here. The base didn't have the Weekend. They had the Burberry Her, but not the Weekend. She liked the Weekend smell better.
Okay.
Okay. All
But
right.
they had a decent selection on base.
That works.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm writing it down now, Markel. I'm gonna go to the base at Warner Robinson and smell it.
Yeah, that Perry Ellis Red, man. I had a bunch of comments about that boy. Oh, you saved
Mr.
me.
Miles, I'm gonna translate that. You're gonna take a shower. That's what you're gonna do.
No,
You're going to
no,
base,
bro.
take a shower.
Hey,
Free shower.
hey, I be getting hit on so bad at the base when I go down there. I'm like, man, I gotta hear him get out of here.
Hey,
What base is this? Where's the base at?
Warner Robins in Macon, Georgia.
Yeah,
I've never been to that one.
Woo!
I've been to that
Oh,
one
yes.
before. Yeah,
I'm out here at Offset in Omaha.
Oh, you close to where Mr. Miles? You down there
Yeah.
where that's my sister lives in Macon, and you down in the territory. You in the territory where that's where all my people are at. I mean,
Yeah.
you what
See,
down that area?
See, my grandfather back in the day, my ninth generation grandfather, he had over 6,000 acres down here. 9 generations ago.
Damn.
Yeah, I got.
But
I got a lot of kinfolk down there, boy. There's so many of them. They have a family reunion.
Yeah,
400-500 show up. We don't mess with us. They come.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah, we just
That's a lot.
Yeah, we got a bunch of Mississippi because we just had ours there last September. So they scheduled and they try to figure out what they're gonna do this year. One that
You got 400 or 500 people showing up. Ain't no fist fight. Nobody acting crazy.
No. Let me
Wow,
tell you. My cousin said she had a Thanksgiving dinner. She had to put up army tents. There was 96 people showed up,
man. That's lovely right there.
Dinner.
I love it.
I was like, well, if they show up, you just say, hey, what's up, cuz? You ain't gonna remember all them people's names, man. Too many.
Okay.
Hey, you only got one question. Who made the potato salad?
That's right.
Don't mess up. Hey, don't mess up and I ain't gonna make it because I'm gonna tell you right now. You mess up the potato salad or you mess up the fried chicken or the collard greens. Oh, you in trouble. Somebody getting hurt. That's first thing they said. Who made the collard greens, baby?
Hey, I got a question for you guys. I was gonna bring this up Saturday, but did you all see Kevin McCartney make an announcement about a proposal to cut back on VA benefits? 22%.
Was it him or somebody else that did that?
No. Kevin McCartney, leader of the House, Republican, made a proposal to cut veterans' benefits by about 22%.
This dude is crazy.
Oh, that one ain't gonna fly.
He will not survive.
You know what they're talking about?
Yeah, he do that. He about to go ahead and turn that gavel over.
Let me explain how they talk about they were going to do it. What they're going to do is they're going to go do it based on how much money you make. Just say if you how much money you have in the household. Just say if you are over a certain amount of money, then that means that they're going to drop down how much money they're going to give you. And then they start talking about if they can tax your veterans benefits.
That's coming.
Man, there's a lot of things going on. They're trying to do that. Guys. But Biden said like this. He said, "Nah, I'm vetoing this," because what they're doing is they're saying about the what are you talking about, the federal budget, because they don't want to they said we want to reduce the federal. They're trying to use that as
debt ceiling.
Debt ceiling.
They want to raise the debt ceiling
as a bargaining chip. They say you can do this, or we're not gonna let we're gonna default on the loan. That's what they're talking about. Hey, Black Slate.
How you gentlemen doing this evening?
Good.
Top of the morning, evening.
But that's
I like the neighborhood, Mr. Steele. I like the neighborhood you in.
Blank Slate.
Oh yeah. How about walking the dog?
Miles.
I feel good. Thanks for asking.
Oops.
Yeah, I can't. I'm far removed from the hood, Blank Slate. I can't go back.
Hey, still. You keep that dog off my lawn. You hear me? Don't let that dog go in my front yard.
I got a pooper scooper with me.
Hey, still, that's the goal, man. Get as far away as you can.
Hey, New Day, salute, New Day, salute to you, brother. I'll be down there in about 2 years or less, bro. He right about that. That real estate is tight.
And
Yeah, like I said, it looked like I'm gonna be here. Yeah, because my house in Georgia, I got like $160,000 in equity in it. But I'm here because of my daughter with the dang lung transplant. And they want her to do she's gonna do a reevaluation to do a second transplant. So I'm gonna be here a little bit longer.
Wow.
Damn, bro.
Praying for your daughter,
that,
man. I
man.
pray for her, man.
Wow.
But Mr. Steele, you right about
Appreciate
that. Them houses, man. If I'd have stayed in my house in California, I'd probably be up there too on equity, man. Right now today, if I went to go and try to buy the house I just sold 2 years ago, I wouldn't even qualify for it.
Man,
I was looking at some apartments in Florida, right? Because I was looking at, hey, if I move back, I would move to Miami, to South Beach. Bro, you all know
right
how
near
much
the beach
is in South Beach?
About 3,200.
You got to go up, bro.
What?
No, it's higher than that.
No, I know it ain't no 32.
It's higher than
for
that.
what? Like, for how many square feet?
32 will get you a studio. That'll get
How
you
many
maybe
square
Oh, hell to the no.
400, maybe 500 square feet for 3,200.
4 or 5, 100 square feet. Come on, bro.
Oh, you got to be up in the fours to get a 1 bedroom.
Man,
Hey,
I'm gonna tell you.
I was like, damn, dog, y'all worse than Cali.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's the apartments cost around here for a studio is crazy too. You know, like Markel said, $2,000 around here. I'm like I said, South Beach. I'm like, you ain't getting that around. You know what I'm saying?
You can get a roommate for $2,000.
Oh no. There's only one key to one castle. Because I tell you what, we would be in trouble. Markel showed that one place that had that chair, and he showed a man crawled up there, and I seen the TV. I can guarantee who had first dibs on the chair and the TV because he's been looking at me. Because I was like, nope, nope. He was like, can I? Nope. He said, what are you gonna do with the remote control? Hold it. You ain't gonna touch the remote control. TV's mine. That bed's mine. And don't come down at a certain time. Let me see. No. Nope. I couldn't do it. I was like, I was kind of confused, especially when Markel showed me that bunk bed that went up the top. I was like, you got to be kidding me.
Well, if I gotta climb a ladder to get to the bed, it's a wrap for me. It's a wrap.
As soon as I walked in, I was just walking out.
Blank Slate didn't see that apartment we showed. He didn't see it.
Man, Blank Slate.
That's here in
You talking about the real small one?
The one here in Medellin. No, you saw the Japanese ones. We showed one here in Medellin that was $300 a month.
No, I saw it.
I
was looking before I logged in with y'all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I saw it. I was like, what the hell is Markel showing over here, man?
We back up.
No, that was the homicide.
I can't hold my gas, so I can't be living that close to nobody.
Hey, Markel.
I smoke them out of there.
That apartment was homicide. Because I'm like saying, you ain't living that close. You living that close. Man, something bound to happen. Somebody gonna snap. You know what I'm saying? You live in that. I was like saying, how can they, when they walk down the ladder, how can you walk past the other person? You know what I'm saying? How can you?
No, you go. That's a one person ladder. That's a one person ladder.
Especially if I'm flipping my burger, about to eat, and you come downstairs, I'm growling at you. I'm growling, go back upstairs. Go back upstairs.
Well, no, who was that said it? Steel. It's like that's prison. That's how they are in prison with bunk beds. You got one down below, one on top. Everything that they do, they're accustomed to seeing somebody moving around in and out. Markel, what it is.
Markel, you ain't telling like it is. Let me say, a military dog got more space than that. I'm telling you, a military dog.
Hey,
no,
it is what it is, man. I That's what they want to do. That's what they want to do. I mean, who am I to tell them not to do it?
Yeah, when I was E1 in the barracks, I had more room than that, and it was three of us. Three of us when they, that's back. I was in back when they didn't care about sailors and stuff like that.
Yeah, when I was in the Air Force,
one room barracks now.
When I was in the Air Force,
it was 3 racks.
When I was in the Air Force, our bath that's as big as our bathroom was. That whole area, our bathroom was big as that. I was like, you gotta make me feel bad now. I look at that, I said, man, that's big as our bathroom.
But my whole thing was, though, dude, his sink was like this big. That's his sink. It ain't even big enough to put a dish in it. That's his sink. No hot water, no nothing, bro.
Man.
Yeah, you can't have no appliances where you ain't got no shit, no space to put appliances. You can't even have a toaster in that damn thing.
You ain't got no laundry. So how's he doing his laundry? How's he doing his laundry?
When I seen the bathroom, I was like, well, you set half a cheek on the toilet. You know what I'm saying? Like it'll sit sideways. Half a cheek on the toilet. I was like, because the bath, it seemed like the toilet was inside the shower. It's almost like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's exactly what it. Yeah, that's exactly what it was like.
The toilet was like in the shower. I was like,
it's super small, Mr. B. That's one of the smallest toilets I've ever seen. I've never seen toilets. They got regular size toilets here. I got one. I don't know what that was he had. That was for a child.
No, that was a half. It's called a half a cheeker.
That looked like something for a child.
You better make sure you got the right cheek on the toilet, because you're gonna have a mess.
You can't be a full-grown adult. You can't be a full-grown adult on that one.
I looked at that. I was like, I said, hey, look, hey, Markel. You say, can I use your bathroom?
No.
You walk out there. You be like, you walk in there, you turn around, walk out, you walk there. So where you going? Man, I got to go down the street to go down to the bathroom.
That's the thing, dude. Who you gonna bring there? What woman gonna want to stay in this kind of situation, bro? You from a first world country, and this is where you staying?
Like, what's in the glass, Mr. Miles?
They know you. Hey, Markel. They know you're lying. They said you boy ain't got 2 wood nickels and nobody's money.
Yep.
I live in Henderson, Nevada, on the golf course, looking out at the Vegas Strip. Bought. Okay. I know where that is. I played on that golf course. When I was an E1, we had to live on board the ship back in '87. We didn't get no barracks. We lived off in coffin racks stacked 3 high. Damn.
Dang.
Oh no. Yeah, y'all can't unless you've seen it. You can't even imagine it, man. And see, he was on the old ship back when they used to trice the rack up. I don't know if y'all know what that means, to trice the rack up. They got that bottom rack. You got to lift that rack up and hinge it up. You gonna want them old chips.
Hey, Markel, I'm not gonna say anything bad, but I slept in the tent out of 20 years, and I slept in it one night, maybe half a night, and then all the other times they made me stay in them. The Air Force made me stay in them 5-star hotels. That's not my fault.
Oh, they made you stay in it, huh?
Yeah, that's not my fault. That's not my fault. They get
the Navy tried to took out a playbook from what the Air Force to try to design their barracks. You know, the Navy learned from the Air Force on what to do to build morale and put people in better barracks and stuff like that. Man, they had us living like
the Army and Marine Corps ain't learned nothing.
Like this right here.
Hey.
That's like boot camp set up.
Yeah, I guess that look like boot camp.
Yeah, that ain't no ship. You ain't got that much room on the ship.
No, that's the Air Force you use as prison. That's prison. That was prison. That's prison. That's when we send them to prison. You live like that. That's what Air Force call prison.
No, yeah, this one right here with the blue curtains. Yeah, that's pretty much close. Yeah, there you go. That's close. But I think that's a submarine right there, and I think that's the E7 quarters right there. So it's a little bit roomier.
E7.
Yeah.
Isn't that 3 bunks right there? There's one there, and one.
It looked like 3 bunks.
Yeah, it is 3 bunks. But you see that nice finished wood? No, we didn't have nothing that nice. You had metal.
That's supposed to be for E7? Oh no.
That's cheap quarters.
I think so. I think it is, man.
Wow. What the hell is this? Navy ship.
Coffins.
Holy
Markel.
shit! This how people
Markel.
slept on the Navy ship?
Markel.
Which
Yeah.
one? Which one you looking at?
Markel, you're
The
making me
main
feel
one right
bad.
here.
No,
Y'all
you didn't.
making
No,
me-
you was closed in. That must be a small ship. When I was on that carrier, man, you in a box. Like he said, you stacked 3 high in a box.
Y'all
On the
making
other
me
side
feel-
of you, on the other side of you, is another 3 box. So it's a thin metal in between. So if you touch, there you go. That's it right there. That's the ship right there. This one right here.
You guys making me feel bad being in the Air Force.
And you see how thin them damn mattresses are.
Like them ISO mats. PT mats.
Man,
Dog.
I never.
See, I had
slept on anything like that
mine
before.
souped up because I had when we go to South Korea, we get the mink blankets. I had my little mink blankets in there, man. It was plush.
Yes, sir. I know about the mink blankets.
Yeah, I brought a couple of back my last tour.
Markel,
I
show
bought
one of
so many
the
damn
show
mink
one of
blankets
the
for my family and
Markel,
friends, man.
show
They
one of
thought
the
I was
Air
smart.
Force. Show one of the Air Force facilities how bad we had it, how we have to live.
Well, you got to show a picture of the Ritz Carlton.
I know some of them Army guys that did a tour in Camp Arajon. You know, they had a nice Air Force base up there in Kuwait.
Oh yeah, they were living lovely in Aragon.
What Air Force base is that?
See, these are Army
I can't
barracks
remember the
here.
name.
I was getting ready to say. I said we would never show up. We would leave. We would be protesting.
Yeah,
That
see,
was
these
like
are Army
Signs
barracks.
outside.
They were like an
We had
AIT
signs.
setup.
Hey, we would have signs outside protesting. Telling
Yeah,
the
these
base
are Army
commander,
barracks right here, dog.
we would demand that the wing commander step down.
We had some shit like this.
Yeah.
What? I never lived in anything like that. Not even
Or like this.
remotely close. No,
Yeah.
no, we
That's Army.
had
That looked like Korea right there.
don't have nothing like that.
Now, when I first joined, you know, they didn't have
I didn't have this.
refrigerators and
that might be
fans
a-
and stuff like that in the room.
What
You just
the
got the rack.
hell?
I didn't
That's
have
like-
a room. I didn't have
I
a room.
didn't-
Yeah, that's
have
what they look like now.
large
Yeah,
refrigerator.
that's what the barracks look like now. That's what
Yeah,
they
there's
look like
a
now.
new generation.
Mark,
Yeah.
I didn't have a roommate. I lived by myself. I was
Well,
when I first came in, one striper. I didn't have a roommate.
See, we shared the bed, we shared the head, me and Love and Freedom. He had one side, I had the other side.
Wow.
And we shared the bathroom.
This
Hey,
is GSA?
Hey, Fort Knox, 1982, just like Stripes. That was basic training.
Mm.
Just like you seen in Stripes, that's what I had. That old wooden barracks,
So
Open
you had
bay.
this.
open bay, where we used
Open
to
bay.
have to wax that bad boy.
You
When
had
your
this
clothes
right
got
here.
thrown- Yeah, when your clothes got thrown in the middle, your
That
foot
look
locker
like-
got thrown out
That
the
looked
window.
like prison.
Hey, tell them about the gun line, boss.
Similar, very similar.
They would.
Hey,
we'd be
Mr. Miles,
protesting.
the barracks in boot camp, they still open bay in boot camp. But once you get out of boot camp, the barracks get a whole lot nicer.
Oh yeah, we were in open bay, but our barracks didn't look like that. They looked. I don't know. They looked the whole.
They built a
we
new
had
one.
we had a day room, and then we had we had different rooms and
Hey.
stuff like that.
Now,
That's why we dog out there.
Barracks and
Right.
You
Watch
had a
the
day
TV.
room in boot camp.
Yeah, I used to
That's
go to the
boot camp.
club. We used to go to the club.
The
when I
hell,
was
a
in
day
boot
room in
camp.
boot camp?
Yeah, we
Y'all
used to
ain't
go to
that
the
much
club.
time?
We used to go to the
Y'all had a
club
day
at
room?
boot. Yeah, we used to go to the club in boot camp, and we went to the BX.
Okay, this is Air Force.
Only club you going to in boot camp is church.
Yeah, exactly.
Air Force.
What base was that? Man, if I had lived in that place right there, I'd got out. Oh, that's Suwon. That looks familiar right there. Suwon? Is that what Suwon look like right now?
Swan Air
Base.
Base.
They're saying Suwon. I don't know if it looks like that now.
Because I remember when I first got there at Suwon, Our barracks were a lot. Well, I was in a larger room than that. I was at Suwon.
Hmm.
They must have changed it and stuff. So I remember I had a room but to myself. Man, that looked like
Damn.
what is
Don't
that?
even show the Marine Corps barracks.
Man, Air Force had all
Marine
kind
Corps
of
barracks.
space. They had all kind of
Yeah.
space.
I met you.
Yeah, that's
Look.
something like I had when I was at Suwon, something like that. It was a little bit larger though.
Damn. Oh,
A
that
little bit
says
larger.
Fort
They got,
Hood.
man.
That says
Yeah.
Fort Hood.
Yeah, that's for
That's
our
probably the
barracks.
newer ones.
Yeah, our barracks is a little bit larger than that. They give us a whole
Yeah,
lot
that's
of
the
space.
new ones. That's the new ones. They got new barracks at Fort Hood now.
Well, in the Air Force, you got your own living space, but you have a kitchen, like in the middle. You have a kitchen, you have a TV room, and then you have you have different facilities out there, like in the middle. Like you have rooms surrounding, and everybody have their individual rooms. And you come out and you come into the kitchen and stuff they have
Mr. B, did
kitchen.
you have washers and dryers in there also?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In the
washer,
room or a laundry
dryer.
room? We had a laundry room.
No, that was a separate laundry room.
Dude,
You had
this
to go to
Marines
laundry
right
for that.
here.
You had to go
Yeah,
separate.
Yeah,
Oh,
the Navy took a lot of ideas from the Air Force when it came to the barracks, because our barracks was a hot mess, man.
What
was a
post
hot
is
mess.
that though?
I don't know.
That's H&I,
Yeah.
Marine Corps.
Yeah, because the Air Force always think about this. How can we make it
This
better
is
the
Camp
next year?
Pennington.
Oh yeah, see, I
That's
was
Camp
never
Hamilton?
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, because I know Fort Hood old barracks used to look like Florence Supermax.
Yeah, I went to boot camp in San Diego right next, not camp. I'm not thinking camp. I'm
That's
thinking
San
Camp
Diego.
I'm thinking something else. Yeah, I'm thinking San Diego.
Yeah, MCRD San Diego.
Yeah, MCRD.
Bring up McCord Air Force Base, the barracks. McCord Air
What's that in
Force Base.
Washington? McCord is in Washington, right?
Bring up
Washington
McCord
State?
Air Force. Yeah, you see them barracks. You guys,
Now Washington State always did pretty good with the barracks, even on the Navy side.
Man, that is crazy, man. So on the ship, you have very, very tight space.
Yeah, you in there, man.
man, I couldn't stay like that. Boy, I've been going crazy. Somebody would have been talking to me. Maybe I'd been. I had tweaked out. That's why they try to get me to come in the Navy, and I told them ain't happening.
Right. Well, you didn't go to Pendleton or MCT. Remember USMC Gomer Powell, USMC, them Quonset huts.
Reason why I didn't go in the Army or go in the on the Navy, I didn't lose nothing out in the ocean, and I ain't lose nothing in the woods. I was like, I couldn't do it.
Yeah. If you didn't like the ocean before you saw it, then you was in trouble, because once they got your ass out there, Mr. B, you can't imagine. You think that map look like it's a lot of water, man.
No, they got way more
in the
room
middle
now.
of nowhere. It ain't
I've been
nothing.
drugged.
Ain't no animals,
Y'all
no
would have had
birds,
me
no
drugged.
insects, nothing.
Hold on, dog. This is just a closet?
Yeah, they got so much, man. What the hell going on now? That's 2020.
Yeah.
So those are the new barracks that they remodeled them.
I saw you put that picture up. I seen that female. I didn't know she was in the military, because
Yeah, that's how.
her
that's how
hairdo.
they-
I was like, shit. I didn't know they let their hairdo go like that.
Oh yeah, they can wear braids. They can wear
Damn,
ponytails.
Beard.
Dude, this is just a closet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the new barrack style. The new barracks, they got so much room now. It ain't no more cohabitating two to a room. They might share a
No.
common area now, like a little kitchenette and stuff.
Yeah, they share a common area,
Yeah.
but you get your
But
own.
Wait,
you
wait,
got
wait,
a
wait,
fucking
wait.
living area.
What?
You got a living space. So
Yeah.
the new barracks,
Wow.
the new barracks is like you got like where your bed is. You got like a little TV room.
And you know what? I
You're-
never would have brought that much shit with me in the barracks. There's just too much stuff.
Damn, dude, they got microwaves.
Yeah. Hey, Markel. when I was in the
Refrigerator?
Markel, when I first came in, I had a 60-gallon fish tank in my room. I had deer that was brass deer around about 4 feet tall. My wing commander came inside there. He said, "Your room looked better than mine." I had a grandfather wall clock.
Oh, well, you gotta get an HPV shot.
Bro, the new military now, boy, they got it made.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
I
is
was saying that the new barracks. Oh man, they
This another
but
closet?
they ain't built.
Yeah. You never seen
Yeah, that's like a hamper.
You haven't seen anything yet. Well, I tell you what, some of them other bases.
She got a lot of shit, man. She gonna be a hoarder when she get out the military. I ain't never seen a barracks room with that much shit in it.
Well,
dude, all the shoes she had. God.
Yeah,
she a corporal? She a corporal? You see her stripe?
Yeah, she in the NCO room. That's why she got so much room, because she's in the NCO room. NCO's got room by themselves. So
Air Force, you're an airman, you get a room by yourself.
She just got female Marine. I don't know what she is, but goddamn.
She a corporal, so she in the NCO room. That's why she got all that space.
And you're an airman.
You know, she spent a whole check on bullshit. Look at all that shit. How much creams and ointments and shit you need?
Hey, you know that shit came from the PX.
Man, you know her damn star card is maxed out.
Oh yeah, her star card on fire.
Star card on fire.
Dude, she got a ton of. Oh, there's 2 people in there. Okay.
No, but it's only her though. She's the only one in there. That's why she got. Like I said, if she's the NCO, she ain't got no roommate. She got 2 beds, but if you see one ain't even made up, that's like she used that as a futon.
Yeah, that look like a little day bed right there.
Yep.
Yeah, she don't, like I said, Ben. She
got
art and shit on the wall.
What base is she at?
Pendleton.
Camp Pennington.
Okay.
She don't have that much blank slate. I had a grandfather clock in my barracks.
Is that a wedding ring she got on? Got a high school diploma?
Yeah, it looked like it's what she doing in the bed.
Yeah, that's maybe she married. Maybe
I hope so with all that stuff she got, because she broke as a joke.
Yeah.
She got 2 kids.
It looked like somebody got to be hipping up pay for all that shit.
Oh, she in Mag 39.
Oh, okay.
Marine Air Group 39.
Oh, so she's the Airedale type of Marine.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a little bit different.
Yeah.
They closer to Navy than Marine.
Yeah, Navy Air Force. Yeah, Mag 39, Air Group 39.
Yeah.
Oh, she just got married.
So she about to get up out of there.
Just waiting on her paperwork and waiting for her chick to go up. Get approved.
Waiting for that big H to hit.
Man, she got a lot of clothes.
Them all drawers, shirts, blouses.
Well, yeah, you see she had that HPV shot on the board.
Look at them legs.
Hooters shirt on.
Look at them legs. Them some Marine legs right there, ain't it? She been running in them things.
Yeah, that's them 3 miles. That's them 3 miles to get you.
Oh, she married with kids.
we ran a mile and a half one time a year.
Dude, that's crazy. Barracks like that now, dude. No.
Well, I mean, see, it's a little misleading, but like I said, because she's an NCO, so she wouldn't be able to have all that stuff if she had a roommate. If she was lower enlisted, well, she is lower enlisted, but she's still considered a non-commissioned officer as an E4.
Hey, when I first got in, still,
so she's equivalent to a sergeant in the Army.
3 racks and 3 study
all airmen have separate. They have separate rooms. They're like condominiums.
Right,
and the Air Force is condominiums.
I want to see what this dude.
A corporal's the equivalent to a Army sergeant.
All right, this is a regular Marine right here.
Where he at?
He probably his room probably nice too. He just probably got a roommate or 2.
Yeah.
Get in the damn room, dude.
He can't. He probably locked out.
Is that all that's all the room space he got?
So this is the bathroom.
Hey, come on, that's small.
Yeah,
That's
he
a
ain't got
water
no-
closet right there.
I think this was a year ago.
Hey, that
He
is
might
small.
be in. Yeah.
Yeah, he's in a small area. Is he overseas somewhere?
Oh, he's a Camp Pennington.
Yeah. So he played second.
That's
Man.
that's still a nice barracks though. He just ain't got a lot of shit in there.
Yeah, he
Hey.
played first Mardiv.
Hey, I hate to say it, the airmen would be outside with picket signs. They'd be protesting.
Hey,
Look
they
here,
Like,
hey,
Look here,
they'd,
Air
be
Force.
they'd be outside protesting, talking about they getting out. I don't know.
Hey, in the Marine Corps, that's gonna get him is more PT.
Oh, that right there. That right there. I'm talking about one stripers. They'd be pissed off. They'd be like,
In the
"What?"
army, you getting a blanket party.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're gonna tie your damn arms and feet down with that towel, that blanket.
No,
Take a
no,
sock,
no, no, no,
Put a soap in
Markel.
a sock.
No, Markel, that old green tape, old army green tape.
That old duct tape, 100-mile-an-hour tape.
Yeah.
I know what
Dude,
that
I ain't
is.
never seen that one now. I've seen that.
Oh,
other
I've
one.
seen
They
that.
take
You never
that
seen
towel with a
100-mile-an-hour tape?
Markel has seen it. Trust me, he's seen
That
it.
shit's industrial.
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen it. And the Air Force, they had it. Boy, that duct tape, boy. That
Hey,
duct
you
tape
can
was
hold
something
it.
else.
You can hold an airplane together with that shit.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
that's
And we
true.
used,
That's
we used
true.
to use
You
that on
put
that.
that.
We used
It
to
better
use
not stick to. It better not stick to your.
1,000-mile tape on
You
aircraft.
better not get it stuck to your skin because you.
Oh
be
yeah,
in
you're gonna take
trouble.
that top layer off.
Oh,
I
you're
did
gonna
that
take some
question
skin
to,
off. It takes some
Blank
skin
Slate.
off.
Blank Slate
What is
said
it?
that here. You think the question? Oh, let's see. Do you think it's better investment for a single man to buy and live in a condo, home, or duplex? Condo, home, duplex.
Depends on
Well,
where
it
you're at.
depends on if you
Depends
if you
on
plan
where you at,
staying
how long
single.
you going to stay, and how long you going to
Yeah,
stay
you
in
plan
that.
on
that,
staying
that-
single forever.
Yeah, no. If you plan on buying a dwelling, you gotta. How much is the interest rate, and how long you're going to stay in that dwelling, so you can get back your interest
Like,
off
do
of
you
your
plan on
off
having
of
a
your
family? You
loan.
plan on expanding your life, your family?
Yeah, exactly.
if-
Now,
and
Markel,
if
is
you're
he
in the
talking about
area-
overseas or he talking about in the States?
I don't know.
Because I'm in.
He asked me before about overseas, about buying
'Cause
property
what I'm-
here at one point.
Yeah, because what I'm in now is considered a duplex because I got a top floor, which
Right.
is basically the roof. But on the deed it says duplex, you know. But I got 3 bedrooms here. So, but if he's talking about, yeah, that's a very vague question because like
Yeah.
Mr. B said, you know, you got to, how long you plan on staying? Do you plan on remaining single? Do you know, are you renting out rooms? You know, it's a lot of factors that go in.
Yeah, because you want to earn your money back. Because like real
Yeah,
estate,
you
it
definitely want to earn your
appreciates.
money back.
But then again, if you got a loan at a high interest rate, you got to look at how long you're gonna, how much that loan gonna cost you over a period of time when you pay it back.
And especially,
You pay.
buying a duplex, you've written that other side out, or what?
20
Yeah,
guys,
true.
500 square foot breathing space.
Because if you buy a duplex and the person next door, they all they do, they be outside blasting, and you'll never be able to sell that thing. People be out there like, no, I ain't living here.
J Love, you messed up. You joined the Marine to avoid the ocean.
Who joined the Marine?
you
to avoid
definitely
those?
messed up. Yeah, the key word in the Marine is
He
Marine.
didn't do his, he didn't do his research.
Bro,
Exactly.
that's the way you want to avoid the ocean in the
Marine coming off the boat with the sailors.
Yeah, I mean, amphibious assault.
Yeah, isn't part of basic for the Marines? They gotta like jump in the
Yeah,
water for
you
like
got
2
swim
weeks.
call. You got swim call.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm like,
somebody
no.
gotta-
Yeah, you got to realize, J Love, you in the Department of the Navy when you join the Marine Corps.
That's right.
They gonna find some water for your ass.
Oh yeah,
'Cause I remember I see the Marines coming off that ship. I was like,
them,
man, I
off them L-cats.
The Air Force
Yeah,
ain't the
they
real
gonna find you some
military.
water.
It's always been the Club Scout.
Hey,
Play
hey,
military.
don't be a hater. Don't be a hater. Don't be a hater.
Yeah, Mr. B,
all
I definitely
day.
sense a little hate from that comment.
Hey, when we used to go to like on symposiums and stuff like that. If they didn't have no ice castles and stuff like that, big hotels with big buffets, we weren't coming. We was like, nope.
I know the airmen that was on Fort Hood, they got a special allowance for substandard housing.
Yeah, every place I went to, if it was a substandard housing, they'll give like $300 or $400 more.
And now how that substandard housing for y'all? But them soldiers it was like Florence Supermax though.
Because we always picket.
Like project.
We had them picket signs. Them
Here's
picket
the
signs.
airport.
We had them picket signs.
She's supposed to be doing a base tour when you get through all this.
Wow, what's she doing?
She overseas somewhere. That she might see. I told her she was Perry.
No, she's this is Luke Air Force Base. No, Goodfellow. Where is this at?
That's where I was at.
Luke, that's in Phoenix, ain't it?
Luke is
Scottsdale.
That's
right here is Goodfellow
That's
Air Force Base. I don't know where
Goodfellow
is.
Goodfellow is San Angelo,
Texas.
Texas.
That's Texas.
The middle of nowhere. West Texas.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Luke is Scottsdale,
Oh, no.
Arizona. That's
Oh,
in
no.
Scottsdale.
Oh no.
No, Luke is in Litchfield.
What is that?
Luke Air Force Base. That's
It's
down
in
in
Phoenix. It's in
that's
Phoenix,
in,
but
that's
it's
in Arizona.
Litchfield.
Yeah, Phoenix.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's not Scottsdale.
Hell no.
No.
They ain't put no base in Scottsdale, bro. No.
Oh, that's where the money at, ain't it?
Yeah. Hell no. They're gonna put that base out in the sticks.
No,
That's
where the
in
money
Litchfield.
at? Is that Scottsdale or is that Peoria?
Both of those got money.
Okay.
But no, it's in Litchfield. Trust me. I've been there a million times. It's in Litchfield.
Is that a guard base or something like that?
What?
Goodfellow? I don't know what Goodfellow is. I never heard of
Goodfellow.
Ain't that like
is
boot
phase-
camp?
I don't
Goodfellow
even
is
think
phase. Listen. Goodfellow is phase 2, phase 3, and phase 4 for black PSYOPs and above secret clearance. It is also the training center for the FBI, the Secret Service, and anything at that level or above.
Intelligence and stuff.
Yeah, that's where you get that PSYOP and above clearance. It is also the home of all branches fire base training.
Damn, Mr. Miles, thanks for that tutorial. That was
I'm
awesome.
looking at
he's
she's
not
not Air Force.
I was a
She's not
drill
Air
there.
Force.
Oh, you was a drill there?
That's not an
Yeah.
Air Force. She's not Air Force. That's not an
That's
Air Force
Army.
barracks.
That's Army.
She's Army.
Air Force
Yeah,
wouldn't stay in no
that's
barracks.
special.
Air Force, they wouldn't stay in that barracks like that. They'll be nope.
Oh, we had Air Force there, baby.
Yeah, I know, but
Sure
I'm just
did.
saying the barracks and stuff like that.
Now
No.
you look at her stuff compared to the other girl at the Marine base, boy. She got nothing.
Well, she's a
Yeah.
specialist.
Yeah, she's special.
So she ain't got
But
that
also-
NCO privilege.
But also,
'cause I remember I was on
this the study carol that when I joined the military, that's the kind of study carol that we had way back in the day.
Yeah, I had that with the little light inside.
Yep,
I
yep,
remember we used to
yep.
be on a joint.
I had that
during
too.
I
The
remember
wall
we
locker
used
took
to-
up the whole wall.
Yep.
I remember we used to be on a joint base, and this was a problem. That's why what Blank Slate was talking about. We used to be on a joint base. You look at the Air Force barracks, you see the Army barracks, the Marine barracks, and the Air Force barracks. It was just totally different, and they used to be looking at us sideways. They wanted to choke us out.
Yeah, these here the same like the closet Markel just showed. The closet.
Yeah.
When I joined the military, that's
all
we
you
those
had.
kind of closets. The
Yeah.
exact same thing.
Mhm.
Everything you had
That
belonged in
kind
that
of
closet. Your civvies and your uniforms.
Yep.
So you didn't have no space. Yeah,
No,
that's about right there. You
we
can't
wasn't
even,
that close.
you can barely change your mind in there.
No, we weren't. We weren't.
Yeah,
we weren't that.
this is more what I'm used to seeing versus
Yeah,
that other
yeah.
one from the Marines. I've never seen nothing like that.
Well, see,
Yeah.
she was in a new barracks, Marcus. She was in like third generation barracks. And
Hey,
she
this
was
is
an
only a
NCO.
year old.
Yeah, that's
What?
third generation.
A year
This
old.
one- This video is a year old.
But
Well, she probably in the old barracks at Goodfellow.
yeah,
she ain't in no new barracks.
That's definitely an
Yeah,
old
that's what
barrack.
that's what I
Yeah.
get ready to say. That's
She
it.
ain't
That's
got, she
definitely
ain't
old
one that's
barrack.
she's not one that's been refurbished. because they refurbished
or she getting
Fort
paid.
Gordon. Fort Hood got new barracks now.
She getting paid money.
I mean, it's so much money that was from COVID that they still left money in for installation improvements. Like, because they had a lot real, especially at Fort Bragg, they had real bad mold issues on all the old barracks. So they try to tear them things down and build new ones.
Hey, still, when I first got to the Navy base in Sigonella, Sicily, man, they had rats in the damn barracks.
Oh, you had ratatouille?
You get up in hey, rats in the barracks, man. You get up to put on your t-shirt in the morning, it's a rat sitting in your damn dresser.
Oh shit! They got ratatouille making spaghetti and shit.
Ratatouille.
Sound like ratatouille.
They knocked all those barracks down, man. They knocked all. We had a Fifth Fleet come through there.
Hey,
we gave him a motherfucking earful, man. They knocked all them barracks down, man. They gave him
Blake's roommate was Fibo Moskowitz.
You talking about now you're talking about Kunsan Air Base. They had trailers from Vietnam. And
what was that? American Trail with Fibo Moskowitz?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, them barracks was horrible, man. But they one thing I do give them credit for, they stepped up, man, in about a year, man. They tore all them barracks down, put brand new ones in there. They had single man barracks, man. You couldn't believe it, man. The change, and they took that right from the Air Force. Took that whole concept right from the Air Force.
Yeah. Salute, Brother Wayne. Salute, Brother Wayne.
Now y'all got to realize when Wayne started talking about the Navy, man, Wayne was probably on one of the oldest ships in the Navy, and he was deployed to Japan. So he was basically when he say it was basically prison, that's about as close as you gonna come.
They still had wind power ships when he was there.
No, they got boilers. They had boilers. And if you ever want something to scare the shit out of you, go down there while they lighting them motherfucking boilers up on them old ass shit.
Hey, still, you heard Tina Turner singing, "We don't need another hero."
hey, Wayne was on old Ironsides.
Yeah, he was on the old ass ship, man.
You got Ironsides.
Old Ironsides.
That's some old shit right there.
And one thing about them sailors, man, that was on old shit like that.
Wait, see Tina Turner hanging on to a wind ship
like a stack of hay.
He said they
always on fire because the wiring was old as hell. Everything, man.
Hey, where he know how to fire them cannons with old gunpowder and stuff.
Old Ironside.
Hey, so this is a tour of a base house in Las Vegas.
Yeah, that's Nellis.
Yeah, that's Nellis.
Oh, this
that's
base house.
That look like housing.
Yeah, that's older
base housing.
I can tell by the
housing came a long way, man. Base house,
that's old. That's
old housing. That's old housing. I can tell by that.
That's older housing right there.
I can tell by that ceiling fan and that front door.
Yeah, that front door dead giveaway.
She get extra money. She get extra money for that house. That house right there.
That's probably first generation.
I used to have to inspect those houses. Probably do. Probably
yeah, that's old.
Probably. Yeah, that's old housing right there.
Yeah, that is old.
That is old.
That's old.
He said she got asbestos in there. They probably got lead paint.
That front door, dead giveaway.
Dead giveaway. Hey, Markel, dead giveaway.
She get paid big money to stay in that house. She probably getting around about $500.
Ain't no carpet in that thing. That's tile floor.
You said $500.
Yeah, you get now. Because I remember when I was airman, they were giving me like almost $300 to stay in subsidized housing.
Oh, they getting more.
They look like my quarters at Fort Hood.
They getting way more than that.
$500. No, now they getting way more. They get way more than that. But that was like 20.
Well,
that was like 30 years. That was like 30 years ago. 30 or 40.
Yeah, but Mr. B, they start contracting military housing out to civilians.
Oh,
I
I know.
and
If you seen the housing now, if you see
it's
the
the
housing
same
now,
housing, just ran by a private contractor. It's the same exact
if you
shit.
if you see the housing now on the Air Force bases, you would not believe it. It's like I when I looked at it, I said, "You got to be kidding me!" Looked like I was in I don't know.
They
It's
just
just
had a
out of.
hearing about the housing at Fort Gordon in Georgia because they had mold issues and the thing Warren Bait the
Oh yeah, that could.
contractors wasn't taking care of the maintenance and
Yeah, that was. I used to be an industrial hygienist. I used to have to take care of that stuff, mold and stuff like that.
mold in the
And
ceilings
I'm
and sewage
gonna tell you.
backing up.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Mold is one of those big things right there, boy.
Yeah,
Because you can
Yeah.
cause
They got Scott, that's Illinois.
Yeah, this is 5 months ago.
Scott,
Man,
Illinois.
that's-
She's the oldest. That might be that's more like
No,
second
that's
generation.
This is
Yeah.
all
Hey,
based on.
Still, have you seen when they took over the contracting off MCRD in San Diego, what they did with the military housing over across the street from there? You know that area?
No,
That's
It's
Scott Air.
Point
That's
Point
Scott-
Loma area. Point Loma.
Mark Hill. That's Scott Air Force Base. That's out of nowhere, man.
that's South Illinois.
That is out in nowhere. That's in the.
That's
sticks.
about an hour and a half from St. Louis.
Mark Hill. If they would have sent me to Scott Air Force Base, I've been AWOL. I've been no.
Yeah, you ain't clean country.
I'm going AWOL.
You ain't clean country out there.
I'm going AWOL. I told them, you send me anyways, like Scott Cannon Air Force Base. What is the other name? I said, I'm going AWOL. I thought I was serious too. I said, I ain't going. Nope. I said, you ain't gonna find me.
You want to go to F.E. Warren?
Look, you know what Cannon Air Force Base is? You know, Cannon Air Force Base. You might as well call that the KKK headquarters. No, I wouldn't go in the Mountain Goat. I wouldn't go in the mountain because you go right outside the base. You couldn't go outside the base, man.
That's like F.E. Warren.
And then
Danville, Montana, Brokeback Mountain area.
Then Idaho.
What?
Mountain Goat.
What?
Mountain Goat. Idaho. Mountain Home. I called it Mountain Goat. I told them I was never going there.
Was that Boise, right? Outside Boise?
No. Mountain Goat is out in the sticks, bro. I'm serious.
What's the one that's outside of Boise? That's another one where they ain't got no minorities.
No, Mountain Goat. That's
in the whole state of Idaho.
Mountain Home is the only Air Force base out there. Mountain Goat. We call it Mountain Goat, and I said nope. I don't want to go there for nothing.
You've been the only minority there in the state.
You called
No,
him
man.
out.
Yeah, you had to check in with the local mayor when you got to the city.
out there.
So they
the only black people are on base.
Hey,
The only
you
black
got
people are on
diplomatic
base.
immunity out there.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on that, Mr. B. I don't need to be out there, especially now there's no young.
I won't
young
even
fella.
look. I won't
They
even
had to give
stop
them diplomat
gas
plates.
in Idaho. I won't even. Hey, look, I won't even stop to get gas in Idaho. I gas up and I pass right through it. No.
I tell you, they had to get that man diplomat plates.
All right, so this is base housing at Camp Pennington.
Yeah, Camp Pendleton. I mean,
It looks
all
like
them bases in California should be
They
doing
still got them
well,
old
man.
stoves in there though.
They
it
should be doing well in California, man. Because California, they do. It's so much military there, man.
It looks
Yeah,
like that house right there looks like it's set up for
Those
a
are
family
new ones you
have
can
a
tell by the
kids.
floor. Those
that
are
have a kid.
newer model ones by the floor.
Usually, the floor, by looking at the floor, that floor, that house is set up for a kid with a respiratory illness. Usually,
Now, how can
they
you
put
tell
them
that
in
right from that? How can you tell that from that picture, Mr. B? I know you're a hygienist. I know you.
because the hardwood floors,
Okay.
floors, the dust and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Because
no,
carpet-
So if it was because it's not carpeted.
yeah, carpeted has the mold
those
gets
fibers.
down inside there, and the
okay,
fibers,
okay.
Wait,
and
Is
people
this a
shed
house?
skin.
That's
That
probably
look like the common area, like the how to like the HOA type
housing
area.
office. Probably like the housing office.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the housing office where you go in to the community housing office. Yeah. Yeah, that's like the community area, community housing. Like if you was living like probably got like a fitness center in there and everything.
Yeah, it's got all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that look like my HOA building. Hell, that big old
Yeah,
thing.
that's a community. Yeah, the community pool where residents can go and swim, and you can only have like 2 visitors.
I remember at
Kind of like cool village, Fort Hood.
MacDill Air Force, MacDill Air Force Base. I remember they had a MacDill Air Force Base. They had the housing office was right on the water. Then he had the NCO club out on the water. It was on the ocean, and then they had a yacht club. They had a yacht club. They had a
See, but you don't want to be there in August. That's why it's so crime, because it's so goddamn humid. That's why everybody's mad down there.
Man, it's hot. It's hot. I ain't gonna lie.
I was there in August of 2004, 2003.
Yeah.
Man, I wanted to commit a homicide. It was so hot down there.
Nah, Texas is bad. Texas was 115 degrees. I seen the devil on the corner, and it was asking me. See,
but Tampa it'd be 110 with 2,000% humidity. You gotta take 3 showers a day down there.
Yeah. I used to take. I ain't gonna lie. When I lived in, because I was stationed at MacDill, I used to take a shower 3 or 4 times a day. I'm not gonna lie. I took 4 times a day.
Yeah, we used to call them monkey splashes when I was growing up. You had to go take a little monkey splash in the middle of the day.
No. I did a full. It was a full. It was
monkey
splash.
It
was a full.
Yeah, because when I was a kid, I grew up in Texas, man, and like Mr. B say, in the middle of the day, man, it'd be so hot. I mean, it used to be so hot in Texas. My afro used to turn red. You know how your afro would turn red. You get a little red.
Sun bleach.
Yeah.
Man, it gets so man.
Hey, it melt your car tires.
You feel your skin. Hey, blank slate. You feel your skin burning. You can feel feel your skin burning.
Yeah. You'd actually get as a kid, you would get a heat rash. Your parents would have to put that pot on you, talcum pot on your skin. You get a heat rash.
I mean,
it's a whole bunch.
Hey, Markel, you play golf.
Texas is a different type of heat. That Central Texas, South Texas heat is different.
Mm-hmm.
You see the heat waves.
Markel, you play golf in Texas? Markel, you play golf in Texas?
Did I play golf in Texas? No, I've never played golf in Texas.
I remember one time I played golf in Texas. You know what I did? It was so hot out that golf course. I told my one friend, I said, "Look, man, I'm gonna throw my bag underneath this tree over here, and we share clubs." It was so hot. I said, "Take everybody's bag. We just share. Everybody."
Them old houses, you come by them doors.
Shit, they're old as hell.
That's old. That's old housing. That's old
like
housing right there.
That look like Vietnam era housing.
That's 60. That's 64. 61,
Bro,
64.
This is what they're showing right now for Fort Hood, Texas.
Yeah, those are old ones. That's definitely
1964.
Old. They're supposed to tear those down.
Bro, look at that
ceiling. By that ceiling. They supposed to tear those down. I know exactly where that's at.
Look at let me see the tile on the floor. Let me see the tile on the floor, because that'll tell me. Because if they got 9 by 9,
that's definitely old.
Man, that's
like usually they have 9 by.
That's old carpet.
That ain't even carpet. That's not tile.
That's tile. They probably
that's
got
like
9
that
by
1
9.
by 1 you bought out of Home Depot and put it together. That 1 by 1 shit. From way back.
Oh yeah, I got clean. Yeah, that's tile.
1 by 1.
Yeah, they supposed to be tearing those down. So you know why they even showing it. I know exactly where that's at.
Dog,
that's right off Rancier.
Look at these cabinets.
Yeah, that's lead paint on them.
That look like got 9 by. If they got 9 by 9 tile on there, it's asbestos.
Bro, what the hell is this?
That's the Brady Bunch.
That's a throwback. That's a throwback ass oven right there.
That's the Brady Bunch. Brady Bunch.
That Brady
Bunch.
No,
it's not.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No,
it is. You're right.
It's from the Flint. No, it's from the
is.
Flint. No, it's from the Flintstones.
Brady Bunch. Fred Flintstone. Yep, same thing.
Hey, you making brontosaurus burgers in that thing?
Yeah. pterodactyls. Pterodactyl.
Those they supposed to tear those down. I'm surprised that was recent.
Yeah, this is on their website right now.
Oh no, yeah, they
I
supposed to be
can't
tearing those
believe it.
down. That got asbestos in it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know about. They probably got it. There's asbestos.
Cause you probably can look up Kuma Village 2 or Kuma Village 1, and those should have the new ones.
Man,
They
they
got
ain't no damn
asbestos.
here.
They got asbestos. They got asbestos
Kuma Village,
insulation inside.
Comanche.
They got asbestos.
Comanche are old ones too.
Insulation in the walls.
They not in no hurry to get rid of that asbestos, man. They've been
That's
trying to
the
get
only
rid of asbestos since
second
I joined
generation
the damn
ones right
military.
there. They started
You
building
know
those,
the
and
What they
Those
do
right
is
there,
encapsulate it.
those are from like 2000, 2005 when they built those.
Yeah, because this is what they got on their website, though. Like, what the hell?
2005.
Yeah, that's when they built those. Those are early
was the
2000s right there.
This is the
Who
new
was a
one?
contractor? I could have built something better than that and made some
No,
money.
I'm saying
I'd been
those
rich.
like generation 2. They on like generation 3, 4 now.
This is the old one right here, or a new one?
That was early 2000s. That was from early 2000s. The Comanche, yeah, those are early 2000s.
I see the Manaport company is making sure they get their advertisement. They must got some DOD contract. I used to have stock in that Manaport. That's that
There,
360-degree camera.
Well, this
Persian
is old.
Park, yeah, Persian
This
Park.
shit right
Those
here, I
are-
know this one's old.
yeah, Persian Park is old too. That's like officer quarters over
Yeah,
there.
look at the damn ceiling fan. You know it's old. That shit from the 70s.
You said that's officer quarters?
That's ceiling
Yeah,
fan.
Persian Park,
Ceiling fan's old as
like
fuck.
junior officers, like lieutenants,
Man,
warrant
That shit
TW1s.
This shit old.
man.
Yeah, Comanche too.
That's
Yeah,
up.
that's old.
That's subsidized housing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
still in the
God
army,
damn,
in the army
cameras.
and stuff. Warrants are junior officers, but not in the
Now I know why.
They're
Now I know
senior
why
men.
now I know why the people getting out the military. Man, I was like, no, I
Look
ain't
at that popcorn ceiling. They got a popcorn ceiling in this one.
Yeah,
Now,
Comanche.
Hey,
that look like
Markel.
that look like asbestos.
Yeah, those should they supposed to been. I guess
Nah,
they
the
didn't do it yet.
popcorn ceiling is not asbestos. It's just that the insulation in the walls.
This looks
Uh-huh.
newer right here.
And
The
the
stove
9x9 tiles.
The
and
Well,
microwave.
the
then-
appliances
and-
might be new. That's about it.
and
This looks newer.
1960. If it was like built in 1964, you got to look at the toilet. Toilet could be made out of asbestos.
That lead pipes
Uh-huh.
and everything in there. So that's like late 2000s when they built those.
Yeah, this is newer. This ain't new.
That's within 20
Look like
years.
they got a big backyard back there. That's a big backyard.
It's probably shared with. It's probably split in half.
That's pre 1995.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
if
'cause
I was a guess, I would say the same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because I
go
know. I know
Yeah,
for a fact that looks like it's back in the 60s right there.
Oh yeah, look at that.
That house?
That ceiling fan.
All they did was renovated at one time.
Yeah, they just put, like I said, they just put new appliances in there. That's it.
Hmm They just renovated that place. What they probably did was encapsulate the
Hey, look,
walls.
that's the old wash tub from boot camp right there. When you had to wash your clothes on Sunday.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That deep sink.
No.
Yeah.
You have to. That's the sink you have to stand inside and wash your clothes with your feet.
Hey, that's from Ray. Ray little brother fell in that sink.
Closet.
That
Yeah,
ain't-
those
what is
are
that,
old, yeah.
That's a closet.
Hey, he got that door from Menards.
Oh no! Come on now.
See, that's that
that's a
baby
bathroom.
toilet. That's a
Man,
that's
that's
a
a
guest
bathroom.
room. That's a guest bathroom.
Come on, man.
Half
Come
a
on,
bath.
man. Come
That's
on,
guest
man.
Yeah, that's
bathroom.
definitely a guest bathroom.
That looks weird,
With
man.
that island sink, whatever they call it, that sink in there.
That ain't an island.
Hell yeah, that's to hurry up and get your ass up out of the house. Can I use
Yeah.
your
Like,
Oh, yeah.
like he made a particle board.
That's a moat.
Yeah, that island is disgusting.
You better get
That's
that
a
thing
boat.
wet.
Right
You
about
get that thing wet, it's gonna warp.
Look at this.
Yeah,
Look
it
at this.
is.
That's not real wood on the floor.
No, look how old that shit is.
Yeah, that's like that linoleum plastic or something.
That's a.
I mean,
that's
here,
a,
look at
expensive.
the light switches. They still got them
That's
old
a-
skinny switches on there, man. They don't use that no more. They don't put that in houses no more.
No, this is a renovated house.
Oh, then they
You
did.
trying to save money.
They even got they took 2x4 poles and put them on the wall.
Carpeted stairs, hardwood floors and carpeted stairs, carpet upstairs. Yeah,
Carpet in the bedrooms.
yeah.
So this is the master.
That's a small. That must be a mass. There ain't no stir.
It's, hey,
that's the master.
Markel, it's luxurious.
Hey, look at that shower
Is that
door.
a shower in the hallway? Oh, that's the restroom, the bathroom.
Nah, this house right here. When I'm looking at the fixtures and the when he showed me that shower where it's set up, that's 1964.
Yeah,
They're made in those were built in the 60s and 70s.
Look at the power outlets. They don't even have circuit breakers on it. See, look at the outlets.
Late
Power outlets,
70s.
there's no circuit
Ain't got
breakers
no
on them.
GFI, nothing in those things.
Yeah.
Late 70s, late 60s.
That need bars.
That house right there. That house right there is like I think probably was built in probably late 60s, early 70s.
That's what
I was probably looking at it.
See, look at the attic.
Look at that attic.
See the crawl space? That's what I'm saying. I know.
Yeah, that's an old house.
I used to go up inside those crawl spaces.
Yeah, see, yeah,
I don't see any AC vents. I don't see no AC vents.
Right
Where
here.
you put the not vents, but
Right
the
there.
filters.
They're in the ceiling.
Filters.
That got force there. They didn't get central air.
The return.
Oh, okay.
We see that's the Wainwright. Yeah, I know where that's at too. That's in the neighborhood where you got to have bars.
I'm looking at Markel. I'm looking at the same thing because you said you work with a air conditioning.
Yeah, I own my own AC company. He talking about the return where they put the filter.
Yeah. Because I used to have to do the ventilation systems and stuff like that. They
got them shells
industrial HVAC, industrial.
Oh, that shit old as hell, dude.
That shit came from Walmart.
Yeah, it is.
And they want $1,800, $2,000 a month for that. Come on, dog.
Yeah, depending on what your rank is, your whole BH is going to that. And they taking it out without you ain't got no say so.
So Markel, you know about them big old HVAC systems be on top of the building?
Oh hell yeah, I've changed out many of them.
I used
Commercial and industrial.
I used to have to go out there I used to have to go out there and evaluate some guys that they try to, like the military, they try to do the easy way out. They add another add on to the building, and then they add another HVAC system on it. And then they send the company out there, and then the company, whatever company, they don't do their homework. They'll close off all the vents. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, then the people come in. Then some people they talk, and then one side of the building talking about their nose is bleeding and stuff. And I was like, I said because and then they try to get me to help remedy the problem, and I'd be standing in there with these big, testers, meters and stuff like that. And it's be crazy, man. Be on top of a building in the summertime and it's hot outside. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be up on no buildings no more.
Just imagine doing that in Arizona.
Oh, good Lord. Markel, you be looking for me. Markel said, Dixon, where you at? I was like, hey, man. Turn the air conditioner.
Gangsters and rude boys. He was Hey,
once the airport didn't have, they always had a good basketball team. They always had good basketball teams.
Oh,
yeah, they got a lot of time to practice. That's why.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, man. We always. Hey, Sinbad used to be in the Air Force.
Yeah.
Sinbad, Darnell Rollins was in the Air Force.
Yeah.
Earthquake was in the Air Force too.
Yeah. Okay, that one guy, Steele, you just said, the one guy,
Darnell Rollins.
Yeah. he was stationed with me
Hey,
at Kumsan, and my partner knew him personally. Him, Rollins. They call him. Oh man, I forget his nickname. We used to have a nickname for him.
The best known as Ashy Larry right now.
Hey, let me answer this real quick. So, I heard that if you have TDIU, your PTSD original claim supersedes TDIU, and back pay can go back further before your TDIU claim. Is that true? Actually, that's still in court. Okay, there's a vet who's taking it all the way to the Supreme Court, where he wants to go by the original date you left the military instead of the day you applied with the VA.
Man,
that's currently in court right now. So
that
I doubt seriously if they ever pass that, because you know how many people would get paid.
That's too much money.
If they went back to your date you got out,
that's $1 trillion. That's over $1 trillion.
Hey,
they're never gonna do that.
That's over $1 trillion right there.
Hey, you're gonna need to do more than raise the debt ceiling for that one.
You had to break out that printer.
They're never gonna do that. They never gonna do that. Never gonna do that.
Hey, blank slate. I wouldn't be mad about it. I'd be helping them. Hey, print that. You give me some too.
What's up, fellas?
Hey,
Mr. Lawson.
Hey, I decided to come on with you guys and say hello to you. What's going on, my brothers?
Nothing much, man.
I'm trying to stay out the way.
I tried to get over on 420.
You about 6 days late.
Hey, I'm just trying to give me some good stock in cannabis, because when it do pop, it's gonna be wild.
It's gonna be wild. I can tell you that. Ooh, hey, is that Mr. D over there?
Oh yeah, that's him sitting up there looking like President of the United States.
They just phoned it
Look like Ray Charles sitting over there.
Hey.
Ray Charles over there.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Bro, it is buck wild here in Colombia. The damn president, Petro, he fired damn near his whole cabinet.
You knew that was going to happen,
though.
You knew that was going to happen, though.
He made a request, was it the other day or 2 days ago? And he was like, look, if y'all can get this done, y'all out. So everybody thought he was like just talking, whatever. Shit, today, y'all out. Everybody.
You gotta go home, but you can't get up out of here.
Yeah, he trying to get shit done. They up there dragging their feet with all that bureaucracy.
Yep, that's normally what happens.
He threw everybody out. God damn.
You gotta go home.
You know they finna host the president of
God bless. Thanks for coming out.
The president of Venezuela? Yeah, they getting ready to open that back up.
They're gonna do a big old powwow out here in Bogota.
Yeah, they getting ready to open that back up, blank slate. That's somewhere you may want to look at buying some property wise.
I've been waiting. Trust me when I tell you, I've been waiting on that. I'm waiting on that.
I have too. Believe me, dude. I just had a friend that went back to Venezuela. She took some pictures of some houses out there. She showed me for 10 grand. I said, 10 grand for this? No way. No way. Bro, y'all would not believe,
man. It's the best time to do it.
Believe the housing market in Venezuela right now. It's incredible.
Y'all need to come over here to this beautiful. Can you see that beautiful Las Vegas out back there? Look at it.
Yeah, you don't want to be out there in July though.
Hey,
Out of this slavery.
Hey, we from Africa. We can stand that heat.
I ain't from Africa.
They threw my Africa card a long time ago.
Like I said before,
Hey,
I've
been to Djibouti. I ain't from there.
When I was down in Vegas, I see the devil on the corner, asked for ice water. I said, I can't help you, sir. I can't help you. I can't help you, sir.
Hey, he was on his way. He was gassing his car on his way to Phoenix. That's the hottest place.
Said, no, it ain't hotter than Yuma.
Oh my God!
Yuma like Kuwait. Yuma like Kuwait, man.
Yuma, Winter Haven, all that right in that area right there. Yeah, dog. That's a whole.
Hey,
that's
Mark,
I already got a pass to go to heaven. I've been in Yuma,
Davis,
29 pounds, and in Kuwait. I got a pass.
I was in
At least got a
Davis
3-day, a 96 or something.
He's got
You
a
know where
pass.
Davis-
Huh?
You know where Davis Monthan Air Force Base is?
That's why I was stationed.
Yeah, Tucson.
Okay, now I was in Tucson and I was there TDY, and they told me, and I said, man, let me go over here to the store and get something to drink. They said, man, you should wait till the sun go down.
Yeah.
So I said,
Hey,
man, I
you
can
thought-
walk
hey,
over there. I said,
June hotter than Tucson.
I said, it's not that far. So I walked over there, man. I walked and I started walking back, man. I thought I was on fire, bro. I was like,
Yeah, we worked
I
tropical
said, that was
hours
the last
in Union.
time.
We went
That's
to work
hot.
at like 4, and we was done by 1400.
They red flag it. They red flagged the whole place, did they? Shoot.
No, black flag. It was
Black flag.
By 8.
Yeah, you get black flag, you done. It's
You
over.
done.
Yeah, by 8
you
o'clock,
can't
it's
do
black
no
flag.
activity. No activity at all.
Hey, if you want to
your
know a
ass
place that's
inside.
hot, hey, blank slate. If you want to know a place that's hot when it's hot outside, go on the flight line. Man,
Yep.
Oh, that's different.
Hey,
They been on the
man,
flight
yeah,
line
I
in
lived
Union.
on the flight
your
line,
head-
man. I lived on the flight line.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Blank
You did,
slate.
blank
Blank
slate.
slate.
You know.
What happens? That heat will you have your head rising. You be looking up straight up in the sky.
Hey, Mr. B. Mr. B, I tell you something,
Being on the
man.
flight line in Union.
Yeah, I was on the flight line in Bahrain in July, August.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that even
yeah,
sounds
Bahrain.
hot.
Hey,
Man,
that's so. Hey,
you
that
think-
is so
you
humid
think
over
a
there.
wrench-
I've been there too. So
Yeah,
I think I
you
got
know,
at least a 4-day weekend.
Yeah, a guy left a wrench on the aircraft,
Oh,
and we could
Lord.
not pick that wrench up, man.
Oh,
Oh yeah, you had to
Lord.
leave that. Yeah, you got to wait till it cool down.
You didn't pull your fingerprints off.
Hey, this is
And-
you right here.
Hey, and back in the 70s, the fuel trucks,
Oh,
no air
man.
conditioning. No air
Oh, they
conditioning.
still don't got
Oh,
them now.
man.
Them old
Oh.
9-6.
Man, them fuel trucks. Oh man,
The one
I
that
know
had
about
AC
that.
is the ambulance, the medics. That's the
Yep.
one that got AC.
Yeah, I said,
Man.
I said, no AC. I said, no AC.
You be on the flight line, boy. That's beat down. That's beat down.
And
You call
everybody
that.
wanted to work midnight, the graveyard. And you know
Yeah,
what?
right.
Hey,
West
Mr.
Virginia,
That's right.
Markel.
Be fighting, fist fighting. Am I right?
Yep.
Hey, Mr. B, that's how we used to heat up our MREs. We throw them out on that in the sun out on the flight line. Let them MREs heat up.
Hey, you don't even need the heater.
Nah, I don't even.
Hey, just
Nah.
prop it up at an angle.
Yeah, you get some good hot, man. Them damn them spaghetti MREs and everything be piping hot, man. You set them out on that damn flight line.
Oh, no, this is North
blank
Carolina.
slate. Don't be bringing up them MREs. I'm scared of them things.
Hey, you should see.
I'm
Hey,
scared
you
of
should
them.
see the
I can't
news.
eat them now.
I
but
be
when
getting
when I was
nightmares.
young,
I
I
be
could eat
getting
them.
nightmares over MREs. I was like,
Oh, hey,
man.
Mr. B, you should see the ones they got now. Oh
Yeah,
man,
they
I
done
know.
made them a lot nicer, huh?
Oh,
yeah,
I
they
know,
got gourmet ones now.
Oh yeah. I seen them things.
Gourmet.
Still, that
kosher.
bring back memories.
Oh yeah, I just had a flashback. He's like they got the same beds.
Probably is.
Hey,
Oh,
still, won't you?
The
Still,
young
could you
troops.
sleep? Hey, still, could you sleep one night in one of those?
Not
He
now.
done it before, ain't he?
Gee.
Hey, my
Nah,
back
I
ain't gonna let me. I'm gonna need a firmer bed than that. But oh yeah,
Still, tell him you slept in the bed like that, and the girl right next to you. Shoot.
hey, you ain't lying.
Still, they ain't changed
Hey.
nothing there but the mattress.
Not that much mattress.
That's all they changed. Everything
That's
else is
it.
like same. That shit
Hey,
old as fuck.
I would love and freedom was if he was on. He'd tell you. Yep, I'll get you a little catwalk. Hey, them beds were so small.
You know what that looks like?
A prison?
That's right. Thank you.
Yeah, I told you.
Like,
that.
that looked like right. It looked like right.
You know how I know that shit old as fuck?
It ain't no Air Force, I can tell you that.
That AC right there.
See,
That AC
see what
from
I
the
just saw?
80s.
And you know
The
about
AC,
Air Force
yeah.
bases?
Oh, look at the
Air
top.
Force
Yeah, that's
bases,
definitely old.
we be outside protesting with signs. Am I
Oh
right?
my goodness. Oh,
Hey, that
my
looked like when
goodness.
I was in.
Hey, don't we be on the phone calling our congressman, calling our family up, telling
Dude,
them
ain't
to come
shit
get me.
changed. That shit
hey,
is
yeah, that's still.
I got my room to myself saying because of the feet fungus. I said, I
Thank
can't
you.
get feet fungus.
See, now you know. Now listen, hey, see, you thought I'm playing. Remember, I said I had my own room. Remember, we all always had our own room.
'Cause
We had one
Yep.
strike, have our
Yep.
own room.
You tell them what you had an ailment or something, or I'm claustrophobic and I want to fight somebody, and they're like, you can get your own room, get your own room. Oh yeah.
Hey, that shit don't fly in the Navy because you if you have athlete foot, the whole ship got athlete foot. It don't matter. Your ass going out to sea.
In the Marine Corps, you want your own room, you better get you some rank. That's the only way you get in your own room.
Yeah, man. They have it right there at the little PX.
Hey, where y'all know that shit work in the Army at? Nobody want to hear this shit in the Army. No, dog.
Yeah, unless you, like I said, say Army the same way, you got to get NC E5 or above.
No.
Man, it'd be 1 o'clock at night. I'd be like, oh man, I gotta give me something to eat. Go over there. They got that
midnight
hamburger. That midnight chow got them hamburgers.
Midnight chow.
You talking about mid-rats? You're talking mid-rats?
Hey, tell about midnight chow. Midnight chow is something else.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, Yuma, Arizona. That was like
Yuma.
Look at your
I'm gonna say that love and freedom card there.
Yeah, and me and him was roommate. We shared a bathroom. He'd tell you. Hey, we locking each other out. Say if the door locked, you already know what's going on.
I never shared a bathroom with
No,
nobody.
man, that's kind of that's crazy. But we was Air Force. We were privileged, I guess. We were prima donnas. That made us prima donnas. We was lazy. Made us lazy.
Did he ever go to the barracks? Old barracks?
I don't know.
Cause he's at the front gate right there.
Yeah, I've been to all this shit right here, dude. I've been to all there. I've been all over that Marine base. Back in the mechanic shop.
You see
with a damn
around
car wash. Hey, PX, all of it.
Yeah.
One time we did a like a red flag with the Army, and they gave us like this like blow up thing. Like I thought we was going to the beach. I'm blowing up. They said, "No, man, we'll get a little pump. You blow it up." What's this for? And Ralph, we're going to the beach or something. They said, "You gonna sleep on that?" I was like, "Sleep on this."
Oh yeah. Get your.
I never went on another red flag. I can tell you that.
Hey, tell the truth. Tell the truth. We be out there protesting with signs and stuff. I told him. I said, if you ain't putting us up at 5 stars, we ain't coming.
Oh my goodness. Shoot. I was on a plane and our hydraulics went out and we was landing in Hill Air Force Base up in Utah. We had and we saw all them guys lined up on. I said, well, but we made it in, and they put us up at.
When were you at Hill Air Force Base?
That was since 1980, up in 1980.
Oh, hey, you remember what happened when they had that big bus when the whole base and half of the flight line was gone? 2/3 of the 2/3 of the police department was gone. Man, that was serious.
Ah, damn, no.
Yeah, I was there from 84, early 84, 83 to 85.
Okay.
It was bad. It was serious. It had a bunch of stuff going on a flight line.
Yes.
They busted a lot of guys, man.
Well, them some goofy looking motherfuckers walking
Road
across the
guard.
street, ain't it?
Oh yeah, they
might call them devil pups.
Yeah, they in processing.
Road guard.
They in processing.
They in processing the post.
Hey,
They just got there, so they don't know no better.
Y'all ought to pull up what Cat Williams said about the military. Pull it up. It's Cat Williams, PRE, Illinois.
Oh, 371. That's where our old.
He's talking about the military.
That's our old unit right there.
That's your old unit?
Yeah.
I bet you go over there right now, it'd be like women like hiding.
Miles 13.
Oh, them Airedales, right?
Yeah.
What's that?
Still, what you used to do?
We out in the Marine Corps. I was motor T, but then I switched over to the Army and became an IT.
Is that a warehouse?
Airframe supply.
Oh.
Okay.
Work center. Oh, it's a supply.
Well, no, what he just showed was like the supply area.
Those are nice
Yeah.
dorms over there. That look like dorms over there.
No,
New
that's those are dorms right there.
Oh, okay.
What?
That was
No,
a hotel
that's-
you looked at.
Oh, that was a
Yeah.
hotel.
What he showed? Yeah, those are
hey, that
that's
was
our
like
that's
boot
our
camp.
old dorms right there.
They ain't no
I
damn
used to live in
dorms.
this.
Old school as hell.
I can
Lawson,
tell you that was.
We used to live in
that's
this
boot camp.
724.
That's
Boot-
boot camp.
Yeah,
That's boot
That-
camp.
that's San Antonio.
Boot
No,
camp.
that was MSW 371 Barracks. Marine Corps Wing Squadron Support 371.
Okay,
That look like boot camp.
sure did, boy.
Hey, Lawson,
That
did
was
you?
a
Hey,
hotel.
hey, now let me
That
say
wasn't
something,
no damn
Lawson.
boot camp. That wasn't no barracks.
Lawson,
man.
when you went
That
to
wasn't no barracks.
basic,
No, the last one you
basic,
showed, the
when you went
724,
to
that was the
basic training,
barracks.
didn't you go to the?
Yeah,
did
but
you
I'm
go
saying
to
the
the
other
club?
one, the nice
Oh no,
building?
that wasn't the barracks. No.
When
that
you were in
wasn't the
boot
barracks.
camp, did you go to the club?
Did I go to the club? They had like on weekends you can go because I went in the
Yeah.
summertime. Yeah,
we
and it
went
was-
we went every day. Long
Because
as
it
it was
was-
back by 9:00.
Hey, were you in the summer? Because they had where you couldn't drill after a certain hour because it was so
Yeah.
hot down in
we
even down in
used to go
San
to the
Antonio.
we used to go to the BX. We go to BX, come back, go to the club.
They didn't get
We went
treated
to
like
club-
that in the winter and the fall and all those other times. They didn't get treated. They had to be like they were in the army.
Not when I was there. We went to the club and we went everywhere. I used to man, we used to we were something else. They used to have this
they're
tech sergeant.
confessing about stuff you shouldn't be confessing about.
Because I was trying to be.
I'm sure with Mr. B, the statute of limitations have already lapsed.
I was trying to be a super trooper when I first went in.
We were all super troops, but we know how to bend the lines. Long as you were back by 9:00, the tech sergeant be waiting for us. He said, "You guys are driving, getting a little close. You got 1 minute to get upstairs."
Mm.
Boom, 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 boom. We used to get back by 1 minute. We used to double time back.
That must be y'all last couple weeks.
You remember Chaparral Hall?
Mm-hmm.
There was three of them. There's three
Is that
different.
you, Blake? Blake?
Yeah.
Blake Slick. Was that you?
Me what?
Somebody went.
Oh no, that I think that was still trying to sit down on them old bones he got.
I see like you say still say he called the police down. He said he don't fight nobody. So I hear you.
Them drive-
Yeah, hey, I'm pressing charges and I'm showing up to court.
Shoot,
Club was
yeah.
cracking back in the 80s at MCRD, the Devil Dogs in San Diego, like a house party. Okay.
Oh yeah, the old NCO club, but
Well, you know, in Sand Dog, you could drink at age 18 on base back
yeah,
then.
they stopped that in I wanna
Wow,
say
they can't do that no
95.
more either?
No,
Yeah.
they shut that down, man.
They
They
shut
stopped
that
that in
down.
95. But before, when you drink beer, you just couldn't drink hard liquor if you wasn't 18. You could get you
Yeah.
a cerveza.
Hey, Mr. B, what was it? 2.3 2 point something beer they
It's
used to serve?
3.2. It's 3.2.
3.2.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they had the
3.2.
vending machines with beer in them in the barracks and everything.
Yep.
Hey, Blaine Slate, is this true? Why do U.S. sailors hate officers on an aircraft carrier?
Man,
You want
it's
me to
just a
salute?
thing. It's just a thing, man, because they, you know, the military is segregated between officer. Well, Navy is segregated between officer and enlisted.
No, all branches
know,
are.
But I mean, if you got good officers, man, you got good senior enlisted that go in between and make sure everything copacetic. It ain't no problem. But you know, yeah, they look at them as like bitch boys because they college people, you know, and stuff like that. You know, and some of them officers, man, are dumb as hell, man. You know.
Oh, very much so.
You get these young pilots, man. They fresh out of school. They don't know about military life and stuff like that. You know. They sit in their little staterooms because they get staterooms on the ship. They don't get the racks like we sleep in. So it's probably a little bit of envy mixed in there.
Bro, this is what y'all had right here?
Hey,
Yes,
hell
that's a rack. That's a rack.
Lawson.
Hell
yeah.
no.
No, come on.
Yeah, like being on the
the air-
like you in the coffin.
Y'all married?
Yeah. Now that's the legit one right there. That's what I grew up in that. And see how you got that rack up like that? That's where you put all your shit.
Keep all your personals.
So when you get to be an E6 or E7, where you sleep then?
Now, when you're E6, you still have the 3 racks, but you only with E6s. When you're E7, you're in a whole nother section, but it's still the same 3 racks. Now, once you make E9, you're on like a 2 racker because you probably a little fatter by that time. So you get two, they don't stack you 3 high.
Okay.
No, but
that's just on the aircraft carrier. The aircraft carrier got room. Now smaller boys, they probably don't get that luxury.
Okay.
That's luxury?
Oh yeah, that's luxury, player. That's luxury. That's on the ship. Trust me, that's luxury on the ship all day long.
But the pilots with the Air Force is a little bit different. When the pilots used to always, after we had an exercise or something, they go out and buy T-bone steaks, all kinds of liquor, everything you want, and have a big barbecue. They used to do that all the time for us. Remember that, Lawson?
Yeah.
Man, we used to be out there eating man, it was like almost every other week. Every other week. They stopped it.
That's where you want to be.
All that. They stopped all that stuff.
Now, one thing about the ship, the Chiefs got the best. The Chiefs get the best food because because you have your own galley from the enlisted and from the officers. So the Chiefs.
I see why you don't like
the enlisted men cook, right? The enlisted men cook, so the Chiefs gonna make sure they pick the best cooks on the ship.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Blank Slate. They'd have been mad at me because I've been getting some of that good food.
Oh no, you get all the food you want to. You get all the food you want to.
Yeah, they ain't gonna fuck with you.
If you senior enlisted, you get all that food, man.
I'm just saying, if I was down the bottom totem pole, I've been eating just like he be smiling.
But you know, they have drug deals going on the ship. We call them drug deals. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Chief.
They get drug deals on the ship.
You want that cookie?
Yeah. Because the way what I used to have is I knew this cat man. He was a specialist in making soups, and I used to like split pea soup. But the officers had grabbed him, and but he would always when it was whenever time of the week where he made his special soup, he would always bring me a bowl to my office, and the officers be mad as hell, like why you taking food out the wardroom, taking it to their chief? I say, motherfucker, cause I got it like that.
Yeah.
Don't worry about what the chief do.
Don't worry. And we used to on the ship. We wear these brown uniforms, and then you gotta have certain hookups where you can get military creases in your brown uniform. Man, I used to be so sharp on that motherfucker. I have my boots shined up and everything. It was all about the drug deals, man. You had to have a drug deal.
I remember one time.
I remember
the one time I used to be.
Hey, you had to have a hookup in every section. You need an S1 hookup, an S2 hookup, a supply hookup, and a communication hookup.
They used to try to hide me when the 4-star general come on the base.
Yeah,
they come in the back. They asked me one time. They said, is there any problem that you have?" And I was a young airman. I was like, I tell them like it is. I said, "Hey, this other base keeps stealing our steaks. We supposed to have steak on Friday." And I said, "I'm tired of that." You know what we had on Friday after we got off? We had T-bone steaks.
Hey, Markel, with Jay Love that question, my first 90 days, because I was in the squadron, so they would pimp us out to the ship to do our 90 days of KP duty. Yeah, so my first when I was cleaning 8 staterooms for the officers. So I was cleaning my CO's room and all that stuff. Man, we used to listen to the radio in their staterooms, drink Coca-Colas and shit, all kind of shit, man. We had so much fun. It was this old fat dude, man, old salted crazy motherfucker, man.
Oh, that's a terrible memory. That's like
that dude crazy, man.
Markel.
Oh, that's a nice MRE.
But that's the old ones. They'll make the new ones. You can tell by the packaging. That one's like from the 90s.
No, we had them dark green packaging. They wasn't that big.
Oh shit.
No, I ain't talking about the sea rats.
No, I ain't talking about them sea rats. I ain't never had no damn sea ration. Now that was way before my time.
Markel, I'm looking at them things right there. I'm about to throw up.
Oh yeah, because we had back in the 90s. They had the dark brown ones. Brown.
I don't
Yeah,
care.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
care. I don't care any kind of MRE. The only time I eat one of them things is if I'm dying.
Oh, that's chili
I'm
with
not
beans.
eating one of those. I
Chili
don't care if it. I don't care if it's steak and eggs or whatever.
Chili
I
and
ain't eating no
beans.
MRE. You would have to
Chili
choke
and
me out before you eat an MRE.
Hey, Mr. B, if,
But if I was hungry,
those
or if I was
MREs
fat,
are not for an older system. If you, man, I was in South Carolina, what is it, 2010, man, they tried to give us, we was training with the Army to go down range. Man, them motherfuckers broke out them MREs. I said, shit, I would wait until at the end of the day before I eat. I don't want to eat none of that shit, man. That shit had you so locked up, man, you wouldn't pass it to
Bread, lemon juice.
what you be locked? Hey, have you locked at you be locked at attention for around about a week.
You be locked up.
Cornbread.
You be locked up.
That's generation. Yeah, they're like generation 3 MREs because the newer ones they got kosher meals in the mugs now.
I don't eat.
Oh,
I
no,
would
no,
not
no.
eat an MRE. I don't care. I ain't nobody MRE. I remember when I was in the military, I would rather starve. I wait till I come home and cook me a meal. I said, I'm not.
Hey, I
eating that.
guarantee you, if I took the new ones and I took it out of the package and put it on the plate, you wouldn't know the difference.
It looks like
Yes, I would.
With the new ones, yeah,
No,
with the new
not
ones.
the new ones, not the ones that. No, you would not. Them motherfuckers are actually good.
Now one
They actually
thing
got flavor.
But they used to give us other than MREs in the Air Force, they give us bag nasties. Lawson
Oh,
know
the
what
good
I'm
old bag
talking about.
nasties.
Yeah, give us a bag.
Sometimes
nasty.
we would get the bag nasties too.
We get fried chicken. They give us hot fried chicken and hot French
Fried
fries
chicken with no
and stuff
seasoning
like
on it, just flour and
no.
Hey, still,
We had
once
some
you've been on that
we
flight
had some
line all
brothers
day,
back
shit,
then.
that chicken be good as hell.
Hey,
Man, it look like
Lawson.
I look like I'm looking at an episode of Breaking Bad or something. I'm like,
making
on the Air Force base. You better not mess up that. You better not mess up that barnyard pimp. Somebody be in trouble. The brothers would be. It'd be a riot on the base. The brothers be going crazy. That barnyard pimp ain't cooked right.
Mixing up the lemon juice.
Which generation you said it was? That must be the new generation. That one.
Yeah.
Generation
had
3.
that. Generation 3. Man.
Yeah, they had that shit.
I remember the generation 1. Remember that they had the pork.
The little box. In the little
pork.
box.
Yeah, you open it up. I remember one time, man, that grease went all the way down my arm. I was I thought I was gonna, and it smelled. Oh man, the smell of it. Oh, I still can smell it.
Hey, what color is it now?
Throw up. Just smell it. Like, I was throwing up on the flight line. I was like, and then they had a nerve to say, I said, look, you gonna bring me back some water? They forgot to bring us water back. 12 hours. Didn't have no water for 12 hours on the flight line. It's like 92 degrees outside. Man, I wanted to knock somebody out. I was telling the pilot, tell him to bring me some water. Telling you, man, they used to beat us down. Lawson knows, you know what beat down mean, right?
Beat down.
That's right. But it's called the flight line. They call it beat down. They beat us down.
I'll show you something real quick.
Oh,
Hey, Steele, what color are the new ones? Oh, he on the phone.
It could be light brown, real light, lighter than the one they got now.
Yeah, they're like they sell them in the commissary.
Man, I don't be looking for that stuff in the commissary. I ain't trying to find nowhere near that shit in the
All that good fresh food in the commissary, they selling MREs.
I remember, yeah, they sell MREs because, like, you know, like people go hiking and stuff like that. Okay. Like they put it in their hiking gear.
Yeah, I never seen that. I ain't never seen that packaging.
This is the new one.
Yeah, I never seen that packaging before.
They sell them in the commissary.
Hash browns. What?
They sell them in the commissary.
Hey, can you hear this? The cat said, our military.
Okay, see if I can make you feel in shape. Our military just said if we get in a fight with any because none of our kids is fit to motherfucking fight. They said all our kids is 40 pounds overweight with a fat
You know what?
ass and
That
a
shit is
fat
true,
ass.
man.
I said, what about the men? They said that was the men.
Hey, that shit is true, man. Between when I was training recruits, man, between the weight limits and the fact that they was on Ritalin as kids, they were disqualifying them left and right.
Man.
Yeah. Markel, you see that right there? I couldn't eat that, man. I couldn't eat it. I'm telling you.
So
That
this
would
is
have
the
me.
new shit compared
Yeah,
to
you
the
starved to
old
death
shit.
just unpacking all that
Hey.
shit.
My daddy
Hey,
used to tell me, he
Blank,
said,
Blank.
you eat shit if you're hungry enough.
Well, I would. I'm gonna tell you right now. That's the only time I was eating if I was just if I know within a couple of days, because I can go hungry for 30 days if I want to. I would sit there and wait, and then when I got my hands on my tomahawk steak, I go off. I get my tomahawk. I'll be just. I get my tomahawk, boy. Oh man, that's all I need.
But yeah, Mr. B, when we went out there training with the Army in South Carolina, they tried to give us MREs. I told them, I said, shit, I'm leaving. I'm at the end of our training, I'm getting in my rental car and I'm driving off this base and I'm going downtown, give me some chicken wings at the bar. I ain't eating this shit.
Damn. What the hell is that?
Blank slate. That's a lot.
I told him I did that shit in the 90s. I told him I did that shit in the 90s during the Gulf War. I'm not eating no motherfucking MREs with y'all Army cats, man.
You know what I used to do? They said, you want your MRE? I just give it. They said, you want an MRE? I just still look at them. They said and all somebody else would grab it. I said, I don't care.
Oh, that was
You
coffee.
eat it. Yeah, that's coffee.
Man, there's no way in hell I ain't drink no coffee out of that shit.
Bone sharks, laundry hookup. Okay. Sea rations. Yeah, that's for my time.
No, I'm not eeking that.
Makes
I don't
cranking a
care.
lot better off of officers and chiefs. It sucks cranking and
Yeah.
ship gallery. The only
Yeah,
advantage
that was the hookup, man. Because when you mess crank, now here's the thing though. I don't know if Jay Love know this, but when you mess crank and you clean like the Chiefs areas, or you cook for the Chiefs, we would give you tips. You get money tips. We pay you. If you did a good job, you brought my laundry to my rack just right. Yeah, I give you a tip. Yeah.
Now, did they have? Okay, let me ask you this. Now, you was on the ship, Blank Slate. Did they have females on the ship?
Now, when I first joined, they didn't have females. They integrated the females in mid-90s. But I did 2 Westpacks before they even put females on the ship. It was 6,000 men. That's 12,000 gonads, balls.
And now they even got prostitutes on the ship. I heard right now.
What?
Yeah, they had them. They had them at that time.
Yeah.
Too. It was one girl. She was when I was stationed in Japan. She was selling that monkey.
Yeah.
On the ship.
They even got
no, in the Air Force,
Yes.
in the Air Force,
On the
there was
ship.
a big time bus. There was a big time bus when I was in.
But you gotta realize though, Markel, when you out on that water, man, there's no light. So when you go outside the skin of the ship, out to the outside part of the ship, you can't see your hand in front of your face. You can't see it. So you can go out there and do whatever the hell you want to.
When I was stationed in Korea, they had a big ring. They had a big ring on the base I was on. So the west side, and them girls were making like $8,000 a week or something like that. It was crazy.
Yeah, the new ones got Gatorade in them. They got dang pound cakes, chocolate chip cookies, Snicker bars.
And I'll tell you something else, Markel. The girl that was selling that monkey on the boat when she was enlisted. When I went back to Japan the second time, I did another tour there. She was a civilian working at the Navy College. She didn't work. It paid off some kind of way for her.
It paid off.
You know,
And I wish, man, I was looking at her. I was going to that sign up for some college courses, and I was looking at her, and I was like, man, I know that girl from somewhere.
You said I'm gonna get more than just some college courses today, huh?
Oh no, I wouldn't mess with that. Hey, when you got a ship that coming that pulling into Thailand and come out of Thailand, every dick should be considered radioactive until you go to Meta. I wasn't going nowhere near her.
Well, that's how those girls. That's how those girls got busted where I was stationed at. I mean, they had a whole barracks full of guys. They had all the same thing, and that's how they got in trouble. Messed up. They were making I'm serious. They're making $7,000-8,000 a week.
A week, yeah.
Yeah, that was back in the 80s.
Yeah, and them young guys pay for it too.
Yeah.
I mean,
it
was crazy.
You got to realize too, man. You got to realize too. Everybody stationed in Japan wasn't catching that yellow fever either. Some of them guys was like, oh hell no. Yeah.
Getting that black syphilis.
No,
Yeah, I remember some guy
in the army. Shit, there was a fucking house outside of every base in the army.
Oh yeah,
right down the damn street. You didn't even got 500 yards.
Hey, boss said maybe 500 yards from the main gate.
Yep, they were right there.
Well,
I
shit.
remember
32nd Street in San Diego is right across the
There's no
street.
victory on Victory Boulevard.
Yep.
There's no victory to be had on Victory Boulevard.
He said on victory. He said on
Dude,
victory.
that's real talk, bro. And Fort Benning,
Boulevard.
dude, that shit looked like something from overseas.
Hey, look like Shangri-La. Hey, Jay, there's no victory. Anybody been to Benny? They tell you there's no victory to be had on Victory Boulevard. Stay your ass off of it.
Man, they had a rule. We were there. You take your ass over whatever you want to, and you get caught.
Oh yeah, that's automatic article. Off limits.
Yeah, that's how it was in San Diego, 32nd Street.
They call the red. They
right
usually call the red light district.
Yeah.
They call it the red light
And then it's on at Fort Hood. It's Rancier out the East Gate. Don't get caught out there on Rancier.
They made for a long time. They made New Orleans kind of off to the Biloxi to the guys out at over at Biloxi.
I can see New Orleans. They probably
Yeah.
That should be off limits now. Cause boy, you gonna get in trouble in New Orleans.
Yeah, they made it off limits for a while, but then they let everybody go back. You know, they can't keep people away. They can just tell you.
Them red bones in New Orleans, boy. Say, I don't even go down there now. And I'm married.
Yeah, no.
Oh, hey, what's the name of that Fort Benning at? What's the name of the town?
Columbus.
Yeah, Columbus, Georgia.
Columbus, Georgia. And then you got Savannah, Fort Stewart, right outside of Savannah. That's Fort Stewart. Gordon is in Augusta. City in Alabama, right across the state line.
Yeah, I distinctly remember that shit, boy. They used to tell your ass, you get caught out there, boy. Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, you're gonna get one or two things. You out there robbing somebody, or you out there purchasing some tail.
Now,
this is,
Utah was
Georgia.
crazy. Lawson, Utah was crazy.
And because when I first went to Utah, I didn't think it was gonna be no black people up there, but I was wrong.
In Utah?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's some out there. They had the congresswoman out there.
It's a dry state.
And a lot of Samoans.
Hey, Lawson.
Mm-hmm.
You in Utah? When you went to Utah, you went to the club.
Hey, you see them?
What did you buy?
Them cop cars rolling by, they chasing somebody.
What did you buy? You bought Coke in a glass with ice in it.
Yeah, because they have clubs up there. You have to pay to be in the club.
Yeah, you had to bring your own.
Mm-hmm. And it's called a club.
Yeah, bring your own.
Yeah,
we walking in there with boxes of stuff. You remember that?
Yeah.
That was crazy, wasn't it?
I thought
And
it
then all of a
was
sudden,
kind of nice. It was cheaper.
yeah,
Hey, Mark,
cost
they
you,
was in a
it cost
juke
you
joint.
$5. It cost you $5.
It's like a juke joint, just like Ben and
It cost you $5 for a glass of Coke and a bunch of ice in it. You remember that?
I remember.
$5.
Yeah, $5
Yeah.
for a glass of Coke. But the thing was, people would come in there with
Coke and ice.
gallons of boxes with gallons of different stuff, liquor. So it was crazy.
I see what they're doing, but the liquor was free. We just had to pay for the Coke.
That's right.
Yeah, bring your
And they and they charge you a fee to get inside too. So
yeah, it was.
That was a good hustle right there.
Yeah, you got an entry. Hey, you got an entry fee, and it's a 1 drink minimum.
Oh yeah.
yeah. It was
I know
weird.
you was a $5 for a Coke, but yeah, everything else over there. So okay, I got you.
It was like that too.
Yeah, you bring. I used to sit there and look at them. When I first got there, I was like, "What's going on?" They'd be walking in, they'd be like, trying to bring their stuff in. They put it on the table, and they start pulling all these gallons out and stuff. And then all of a
They
sudden,
got no liquor license, so hey, this is just a get together.
Just to get together.
Yeah, that's what it was. And then they turn around and say, "Oh, if somebody says, well, I want some Coke, Coke soda," and they'll say, "Okay, they give you a can of Coke, a glass of ice, and they charge you around about $5 for it." It was crazy. I was sit there and look at it. I was being amazed. I was like, "This is crazy."
What year was this?
It was 1984,
81, 82.
Yeah,
Yeah,
$5 spent on that shit back then.
And then and then the Barracks was crazy. Now you know what I'm talking about. The Barracks. It be people on the base that been on the base for around about months. No, they ain't got no ID card. Been on base months. It's be crazy.
Been on base.
You got to put them in. You got to put them in the trunk of your car, Mr. B, to get them on base.
No, not in Utah. Not in Utah at that time.
No, back then they look at your decal. You can have 9 people in the car.
DOD sticker.
Yeah, you can have 9 people in the car. They boom, hit you through.
Yeah. And then they stay out and just no checking in and checking out. They be on the base. You be like they be walking around. You think they in the military?
Oh yeah, go up there, old Baylor.
They be living
Waco,
on the
Texas.
base.
Yeah, up there, Baylor University of Baylor. This in Waco.
Waco, Texas.
Yeah, that's about 30-45 minutes from Fort Hood.
Yep.
That's way up in the panhandle, ain't it? Waco?
No, that's Central Texas.
I'll be in
You thinking of Lubbock and Amarillo?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be up in Colleen.
Texas,
I'll
right
be
up.
Colleen next month. I'll be in Colleen.
Oh, you know what Colleen stand for, don't you?
Man, I like Colleen. Don't talk about my little city, Colleen, where my mama, God rest her soul, lived. Okay.
Oh, I mean, yeah, Colleen is definitely. If Fort Hood go away, Colleen goes away.
I know.
Anybody been to Salt Lake City?
Yeah.
Only at the airport.
Only at the airport, huh?
Hey, tell the truth. On Salt Lake City, you look down the ground, there ain't nothing on the ground. That is the most cleanest city I've ever seen in my life. No garbage on the ground.
Freedom right. She did live in the barracks.
In SaltAke City, that was the cleanest city I've ever seen.
Marguerite definitely lived in the barracks with him.
It was clean.
But the one thing it was,
how he pulled that off?
There's no black people in Salt Lake City.
Because she was there. And we go to where she was there 24/7. But like I said, we had separate. We just shared the bathroom it was like a joining bathroom. So they didn't. I mean, we was in NCO. They didn't come and check except for on Thursday when they did field day. We had field days. Clean your room. They come through and inspect Friday morning. Other than that, because we didn't get in. We didn't have a lot of focus going on.
People didn't get in the place off base. Post.
Hey, we had a
Air Force base. All they did every 90 days, they do a barrack sweep.
They
do a barrack sweep. You see around you see a blue goose come out there. full of I don't know. It was just
Marguerite
crazy.
would be on his side and my girl would be on the other side with
Fill
me.
a whole busload of people up, taking them off base. Am I right? Come on, Lawson. You know
Hey.
what I'm saying?
Hey, my brother came and stayed with me for 6 months, so if we ain't went to college. So.
Man, how the hell y'all pull that shit off?
Man, ain't nobody patrolling them.
They thought he was in the military.
Lawson.
We didn't get in. We didn't get in. We was on the first
you can
floor.
stay in them barracks. Somebody can stay in that barracks for a whole year. Nobody
Hey,
know.
you remember? Hey, Markel, you remember that? Remember the barracks you showed? We was on the back side, but we was on the front floor, the first floor, the ground level.
Right.
So the day room was up on the second floor.
Hold up now. I know whenever you bring a visitor in, they got to sign in. You got to sign them in, right?
No, we
And they
didn't
give
sign
them
them in.
Oh, hell no.
You know, in the old days, you didn't have to sign them in.
Air Force Base, you don't
Hey,
sign
you
them
see
in.
what Love and Freedom just said?
You're just responsible for the people that you brought on base.
Yeah.
You brought that person on base.
Like that now.
Look at Love and Freedom's when he said when they tell you have inspections, she ain't in there because my door, the bathroom would be unlocked. So she'd come through. If they come through, just run through my side real quick because they lock the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, we was tight like that.
I ain't mad at him. I ain't mad
Like
at
that,
guys.
and like I said, well, my girl stayed off post, but she would always be over there too. Love her to tell you, she'd be in there like, and we fucking around. Sometimes we forget to unlock the bathroom door, so we'll
gotta go around and knock on the door, huh?
Like, damn it,
You know what I'm saying? He got her a pass. You have to sign people in, get them a pass. That pass allowed them access in and off the base, and they could go to the PX and different places like that, right?
Okay.
Nobody would bother them. But
Yeah.
after 30 days, I'm like, well, how the hell y'all still got them there for 6 months, 8 months? Because that's not how it worked in the Army. No way.
Well, you don't have to.
No
in
way.
the Air Force, you didn't. The Air Force, you didn't have
This
to
is
sign
back then,
nobody
this
in.
was like early
All
90s,
you had to
mid
do-
90s though.
All you had to do. All you had to do is whatever
It was
you
open
bring.
post
How many
back
people
then.
you bring on base.
Yep.
You were responsible. You were responsible for them.
Yeah.
If they
But
get
you
in,
still
if they
have to
get
sign
in
them in.
trouble, if they get in trouble, then you gonna get in trouble. But if they stay
See,
out of
but
trouble
the pass was for
and
the
they don't say
vehicle, though.
nothing, and they don't say
No.
nothing, and they don't say
No.
nothing, no, you can't come on the vehicle. Vehicle's different. But if you don't say nothing, they don't get any trouble. They can live on the base. They
Yeah.
can be there for almost a whole year. If they don't get any trouble, they can be rolling.
Now, I've seen people do that had base housing, but not in the barracks. No.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
never
the
had
barracks.
No, I'm
Yeah.
talking
See,
in the
because what they
barracks.
do is they would get in the Air Force. Could we communicate? Like the airmen, what they did was they communicate with the SPs along with the the different squadrons, so they would know when the sweep is coming. So all of a sudden they say, "Hey, you need to go to this barracks." When they in a sweep, they just be going
Yeah,
from
they get a
barracks to
30-day
barracks, and then
vehicle
they come back.
pass. Back then, a 30-day vehicle pass, and you just renew it. But like you said, we was all
Yeah.
tight in the barracks, so didn't nobody say nothing. We had a tight.
Yeah,
our
nobody
uniform,
ever bothered people that had
You know,
Everybody
in
they
the barracks,
communicated
tripped on that.
together. They would communicate. The airmen would communicate it because, like in the Air Force, A1Cs ran the Air Force. Am I right? Am I right?
Yep.
If you had two stripes, right now, two stripers run the Air Force.
Like I said,
I'm
wasn't
gonna
nobody
say that
gonna
right
say
now.
wasn't nobody gonna talk crazy to Marguerite. They were gonna talk crazy to her because then you got to deal with Love and Freedom. Then you got to come deal with me too because that's like my sister. You say something out of line if you want to, we'll tear this bitch up.
No, it would no. That's how it was. That's how it was in the barracks. They had a common. Nobody would mess around.
You never
Yeah.
signed somebody? Man, I don't know where y'all were.
I don't know about the mess hall piece because you needed a meal card.
Yeah, the mess hall. The mess hall. You
I
had to
didn't have
sign
him
into
in
the
the-
mess hall.
I didn't have him
We
in
did
my
have to
brother in
sign
the
into
mess hall.
mess hall.
But I
Yeah,
took
you
him
did in the
food.
mess hall.
I took him
No.
food from the mess hall. I took him food.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can.
Okay,
you can take
I
like
can see that now. You taking them
Yeah,
food.
that part, I
But,
don't
but
know.
I didn't have him in the mess hall.
No.
But he
You
stayed in the
You
room.
get caught.
Even in the Marine Corps, you had to have a meal card to go in the into the mess hall.
Oh
Back
yeah,
then.
that's right. Yeah, you did have to have a little
But you
card or
could,
something.
but the Air Force, all you have to do is pay around about what 50 cents. You pay around about 25 cents, 25 cents. You have a big, you have a big old pile of stuff. Am I right?
Yeah.
Austin?
Yeah.
And you had everything. You had about 3 omelets in there. And yeah, and then you have another.
Listen, but we had, like I said, we had people bringing food. Like the girl I was with, that she would bring, because she stayed off post. She would bring food to the room and shit.
But you had
restaurants
on the base too, though. Still, right? You had restaurants on the base.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they had
restaurants on the stores. Restaurants.
Yeah, you can go to the restaurant and nobody would know anything.
Yeah, because the first paycheck I got, I bought me one of them little miniature refrigerators.
Yeah,
and I'm walking across the street on base in North Island, California, with a damn refrigerator. They're like, "Who is this crazy looking black kid out here?"
Well, I never lived in the barracks. I never lived in the barracks. I lived in the barracks 1 year.
One of the Weber grills.
Oh,
and a refrigerator.
Yeah,
and I had so he probably snuck it through the back door.
Yeah, but
the grill.
But
you had the whole barracks smelling with that grill, boy.
Lawson.
I mom's taught me how to cook, man. I had that hot plate, man. I had pork chops and rice in there. My Filipino buddy had a rice cooker.
After the like dinner is over, he would take the excess fried chicken, bring that stuff back to the barracks. You know what I'm talking about. Bring the leftovers back from the barracks.
Yeah, it's like we was on the first floor.
Have a big old party.
And if you live right next to the barrack, if you live next to the child hall, everybody, it's just so easy. It's so easy.
Because you were supposed to sign them in at staff duty, but staff duty was on the second floor. Since we were on the back side of the barracks, little catwalk that we led right to the damn parking lot, we never went up to staff duty. They already knew who was in there.
Now, y'all had a whole different experience than I had.
Hey, when you living on that base, man,
Hey, Markel, it was like Motel 6 in that piece.
Yeah, you got to make do with what you got on that base, man. That base
every place I was stationed, every place I was stationed at, they had because I remember my troops, and I had to give them a briefing. I said, tell them, I said, hey man, you cannot have your girlfriend staying with you in your room. They be like, she don't stay there. I said, look, man, I'm not stupid. I've been around a while. Don't have me come up in there and knock on your door, and all of a sudden your girlfriend sleep with your room.
It have been many times the mother came to the room, she don't came out the bath, she don't came out the shower, and you just got your freak.
I was like, yeah, I know. I knock on the door, and all of a sudden she goes through the other side. You should go to the other side, through the other door, and all of a sudden she be in the other side. You knock on that door and go back to the other side. That's what they should do.
That's what I'm saying. You lock, because you can lock we shared bathroom. We would lock the other side.
Yeah.
You can lock it from the inside. So then when you come through, you go back and lock that side. You can't.
Yeah.
But I'll say this though.
We was different sections, so we didn't have the same section chiefs.
I'll say this though. Our generation, I don't know what generation before me, but the generation I was in, there was loyalty. Yeah, was your girl. I didn't mess with your girl. That was it. You were friends. We just talk or whatever, but it was a short conversation.
Yeah.
But I didn't mess with nobody you were with. You my boy. I don't touch your girl.
That's what Freak was talking about. That's what I was telling you. You want to. You're not gonna say nothing crazy to his girl, and you ain't gonna, like I said. That's why we cool now, because I known since they was dating, and they've been married for over 20 plus years.
But see the generation now, no,
it's different. Now, Markel
like that.
But
Markel back then, I'm gonna just tell you how it was. Lawson probably gonna laugh. It was the village people, because I'm telling you, man. You walk up in one of the barracks, man, it'd be a village. You'd be like saying, "How is there this many people in this barracks?" And you like saying, "Where did all these people come from?" You know, there ain't that many people in that barracks.
Yeah.
I mean, you get up in there, it looked like you in a we had a frat party.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was like. Like a frat party.
You walk in there, you be walking down the hallway, and you're like, man, where did all these people come from? I know this is not.
Now, I had a lot of folks, and Love and Freedom could attest to this if he was come on. I had a lot of people want to fight me because of my girl. Because everybody, she would not talk to him, but they always try to talk to her. She wouldn't give them the time of day.
Yeah, like I
That
said
was a different
before.
generation back then, though. Still,
Yeah, just back then. Now I'd have had to hurt somebody.
Yeah. Now, but
Hey,
back
I be
then.
recording live from the correctional facility.
Yeah,
See,
but
we had more
Mark,
respect back then for each other. Everybody watched each other's back. Nobody said nothing crazy. Hey, this is what's coming up, bro. Watch out. This. Hey, they coming to do this.
Yep, you know, say you see your girl out there, you speak and don't let she'll speak, but that's
well, when I first went to Utah, Hill Air Force Base, I went to my shop and they told me to call home and tell my wife, tell her that I'm going to choir practice. Up there I'm going to church. So I called, told my wife, I said, I'm going to choir practice. I thought I was going to church. So I'm waiting. I said, hey, when we gonna go to choir practice? So I get in the car, follow us.
Drunk choir.
We pulled up to the club. They had this one long table. I mean, it was like set up for 20 people. And I'm sitting in front of the stage. And then all of a sudden they just start all these drinks. I said, this ain't church. They said, no, this is choir practice. Then all of a sudden back then they had go-go girls, right? And I'm gonna tell you what I remember.
Some of the shit these dudes come up with, man, it just boggles my mind.
Yeah,
I laugh at that shit all day long.
Yeah, Rollins, he's funny, man. He always been funny, man. When he was in the Air Force, that dude was always funny.
When he was in the Air Force,
yeah, he was stationed. He was stationed with me at Kunsan.
I think he was was he military police?
No, that's that white kid that was a military police in the Navy, right?
My one friend was a military police, knew him very good. That was his partner, real close. They were real close on Kunsan. At Kunsan Air Force Base.
Sinbad was Air Force.
Sinbad was Air Force.
Yeah, Sinbad was Air Force back. Sinbad was back there, y'all days.
Earthquake was stationed on the island at Okinawa with me at the same time. Earthquake was in Okinawa back in 1989, 90. Something like that. Yep, he's at Kadena. Earthquake was stationed at the same place where I was on the Kadena Air Force Base.
When I was there, I was at Camp Hansen. I was up north.
Now, Kadena Air Force Base, if you didn't have it, you had to have a car on Kadena Air Force Base. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
You could not walk nowhere on Kadena. Man, you would die. You couldn't get nowhere. It was so hot. I mean, it was so
different
hot.
type of heat too, because you're in the middle of the damn Pacific Ocean, all that humidity.
You're on Gilligan's Island.
Gilligan's Island.
You can get up on one. You go one side up on the hill. And
shit, this is hilarious.
Oh man,
I don't want to fight no more, Gina. I don't want to fight no more.
You gonna have me laughing all night at this shit. Hey man, Markel, when they first showed that shit, bro, and he came out like that, man, it was a wrap for me, man.
You remember
I
how
couldn't
he
stop
got
laughing
like
at that shit.
You remember how he got like this?
Took that uppercut from Tommy
Yeah,
Hearns.
yeah.
Hey, he's up on the wall. I want to fight no more, Gina.
All right, fellas, I'm about to go because I must have didn't pay attention and charge my iPad.
Headphone, iPad.
Yeah, it's about to go on the blink, and all of a sudden, whoop.
All right, Mr.
All right, it was like
almost 3
chatting
hours.
with you guys.
It's always the longest.
It was a nice chat with y'all. All right, then.
Sir.
I'm out.
Martin just got his with them knots on his motherfucking head, man.
I know.
That dude is insane. Look at Gina and what's the other girl name?
Pam.
Oh yeah.
Who actually was his real girlfriend. Pam.
Oh really? Van was?
Yes.
But you know, I'd actually I had ran into Tommy before. I was walking down in Hollywood and he was crossing the street. We was in the intersection and Tommy was just walking across the street. And I looked. I said, that dude. Yeah, Gary Owens. That he was in the Navy. Gary Owens was the military police.
Yeah, Gary Owens, funny as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Harry Billy Fonte passed away yesterday at 96.
Yeah,
He was Army.
Yep. All right, fellas.
I thought Harry Belafonte was Navy.
Got to make some phone calls.
All right, my brothers.
All right, I might be on Saturday because I got to go to Minneapolis. I'll probably Saturday morning. So
all right,
I might be on, I might not be.
It's all good. We about to get up off here, man. I've been running over 2 hours. We'll be on this bitch
all
all
night.
night.
Yep. All right, gentlemen. Y'all have a good evening.
Good business.
All right,
Man, I'm out of here too, man. Shit, y'all take care.
All right, Blank Slate. Mr. Lawson. Hey, I appreciate everybody watching us as always. I'll be sure to catch you guys again on Saturday. Those of you who want to participate in Roll Call Saturday, make sure I put the link out there so you guys can chat. All right. Other than that, guys, that's going to be it. We out. Peace. Enjoy the rest of your day.